We are live from Crusaders headquarters. I am King Nico, and if you are watching and listening to this, you are the resistance. So we're continuing on the tour around the world. We've gone through a lot of cities already, and I've got something really exciting to go through today. We're going through some palaces. So we just wait for a couple of people to jump in. I don't know why all of a sudden the dogs are doing bad things. Let me just drop this. Okay. Yes, Heron is here, says yay. Okay, we're going back to Europe. Wait till you see what I have to show you today. We are on a mission. We are on a world tour, and we're highlighting every nation, every continent, all the islands, everywhere. And we are uncovering the biggest kept secret in human history. Well, one of them, apart from like flat Earth, we've got more. We have the reign of fallen angels. This is what has been hidden worldwide since the Great Flood. So I'm able to show you this now. We're on our way to France. So let's start off with the Palace of Versailles. So Walking Alice has posted this video, world's most luxurious palace, full walking tour. Crystal Gem says, wow, I made it to the live. Hi, Nico. Good to see you, Crystal Gem. I hope everyone's weekend is going great so far. The whole shebang is a giant mind FK. Yes. But wait till you see what I have to show you, because it's just out of this world, let me tell you. We're going to start off with the first palace today. There's so many. So we're going to go to Versailles. So I'm going to start this video. So as you can see, it's one of the structures we've been investigating. Wait till we get inside. The same artistry, the same signature, the same materials used, the same design, the same artwork on ceilings. And as you can see, all the artwork contains fallen angels. This is where things are going to get really important now, where you have to shift your mindset and understand what we are looking at here. What I have uncovered is honestly, like I said, one of, if not the greatest secret hidden from humanity, the biggest human secret ever since the Great Flood. The fact that we are living in a post-flooded world. Our governments occupy fallen angel buildings, and we are in fallen angel cities created by them, yet that information is hidden. But the angels, because of who they were and how conceited and narcissistic they were, they immortalized themselves here on earth. Not only did they just fall to heaven and fornicate with human women, they created the cities. They taught mankind everything to do with the metals and the herbs of the earth, and how to make weapons, how to make shields, how to make medicine and potions and drugs, all of it. And then obviously they created these buildings, showed them which jewels were the most valuable of the earth, being obviously granite, marble, gold, crystal. Wow. So what we're seeing are impossible structures, right? These insane buildings created out of pure limestone, marble, granite, with intricate statues all over the outside of the buildings, winged angels, right? And then when we go inside, it's a complete different story. It's more granite, more gold, top to bottom. And what we're seeing is now artwork on the ceilings of these palaces, like on the roofs, right there. And all the artwork is showing the same story. It's the story of the angels falling to heaven and intermingling with humanity and choosing wives. It shows the whole reason why they came down. Their whole motive was for women, just as it says in Genesis and in the book of Enoch. Sue says, made it on time. Good evening. Welcome. Happy to see everyone here early Saturday evening, getting the show on the road. The Palace of Versailles. As you can see, more angels in the artwork. This is just the highlights, but we're going to walk through and start looking at the artwork. Because what I have realized is that they tell us that, yes, this artwork was done by Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci and Rembrandt and Picasso. A lot of the artwork is done by the exact same person, if not people, if not angels. This is why a lot of the artwork has been taken from where they've been found and put into museums. This is why artwork that they say is drawn and painted by a human hand, like who's to say this piece of art is worth tens of millions of dollars and some other art is worth nothing? What we're seeing is that the angels not only created the buildings and the structures and the cities. Wow, that was crazy. Check out this fountain. They created the artwork too in the palaces, in their structures. We know they're great with stonework. Look at the fountain. We've seen the same thing in St. Petersburg with the golden statues in the fountain. We've seen the same thing in Vietnam at Da Nang, Barnard Hills, with the golden statues in the fountain, the golden fish. So we're just getting some highlights of the grounds here and how absolutely ginormous this palace is. The Palace of Versailles. Okay, let's get to some action now. Let's get in. So this is what it feels like to walk up towards the palace. So as you can see, we have cobblestone paved ways. We have statues in front of the palace. So we have a gate that we're going to be approaching. There's angels right here in front of the palace. You can see the wings. You can see the outstretched arm with the wreath. That's a principality. And there's another angel on the statue there. So now we're in front of the first gate to enter Palace of Versailles. So this is where King Louis the 15th, 16th resided, Mary Antoinette. So here come all the tourists to come and visit for their day at Palace of Versailles. Look at the gold. Then we're going to start seeing the faces, the very familiar angel faces we see engraved in stone, engraved in gold, marble, granite, all across this earth. The same race of face. You can see the same features, right? The same nose, the same ears, the same rounded cheeks, the same curly hair. It's the same civilization that conquered this world once upon a time and has now been hidden from us. So now we're through the first gates to the Palace of Versailles. We're now walking towards the second entrance. And this gate is just completely gold, fully golden gate. So let's quickly skip up and get towards the action. So now we're in front of the main entrance now. As you can see, the full gate is golden. Exquisite, absolutely exquisite. Look at the faces. It's always the same Medusa-looking face, Versace face, the American Express face. It's the same Statue of Liberty face. It's the face of Lucifer and the rest of his army of generals and captains for the angel army that helped during their reign here on Earth for over a millennium. Right? Same race of people, same cherub angels. Yes, unbelievable. So this is the reign of fallen angels. This is no other civilization. This is what I'm revealing to you, what I've tried to reveal to you for the last 10 years. As you can see, there's the circuit board lines on the palace that we see all across the earth in every city. That's how the energy has transferred through building to building to eventually get to the main hub point, the cathedral. Absolutely exquisite. Just beyond any type of comprehension in the mind. Look at the gold trim on the roof and around the windows of the palace. So like I said, this building is called the palace. It could be anything. We see structures that look identical to this across the earth. In London, they have the same thing, but it's used as the National Gallery. The actual previous palace, main palace in France here, was the Louvre. The Louvre was the original palace, but then it got converted to be the National Art Gallery. So we're going to the Louvre after this. Look at the gold trim, the golden imagery, the purple, pink, granite, marble columns on the outskirts. We haven't even gotten inside of the palace yet. But yet we got the whole outside is decorated here in the courtyard. Look at the statues lining the brick walls out here. Like, unbelievable. The audacity to even create and have something like this is just beyond. The reign of fallen angels. A lot of people aren't gonna like that. I've this is the theory I've come up with. It aligns with biblical prophecy. That's my ministry. It's proving Bible prophecy, and there is nothing like proving Bible prophecy, such as the great flood of Genesis and how the world looked and how it was run and who controlled it, what the leading empire was on earth at that time when God wiped it out. This is the remnants of the reign of the fallen angels. We've now entered the palace. Sue says no human could do this. Fallen angels, correct. Toronto Thrash is in the chat. Hi, Toronto Thrash. So we've entered the palace. We're just in like the loading area, the staging area. Just get in, get your. Okay, let's get through the front doors here. Again, this is the Palace of Versailles. So the artwork, I'm just going to say it out. The artwork all looks like it's been done by Michelangelo. We had a quick peek at the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican yesterday, and that is said to have been done by Michelangelo, a sculptor, not even a painter, but he painted the whole 800 square meter ceiling of the Vatican. All the design, the colors, you're going to see a lot of this staff, the staff of Caduceus, said to have been carried by the messenger of God, Mercury. But you see a lot of angels carrying this staff with the serpents around it. Palace of Versailles. So we have the Louvre to go through. We have Caserta Palace in Italy. We have Schönbrunn Palace in Vienna. We have the Madrid Royal Palace, Buckingham Palace. We have a palace in Goa, India. We have a Four Seasons hotel. Wait till you see what I have to show you with the Four Seasons hotel. Absolutely mind-blowing. This is, but I got to show you these palaces first before I could show you a place that you can actually go and stay. There's the drag queens of Europe in the paintings there. There's some dragon or ghouls. There's an angel right here. What is this? Why is that there? Marvelous. Here's a winged demonic creature in stone right there in the palace. Just look at the coloring, how it just blends so well. Just fantastic. So easy on the eyes, yet mesmerizing at the same time, and confusing if you have a critical thinking mind. The artwork tells a story. I can tell you that for a fact right now. And I've gone through every palace. There's an angel on the side there that they've just ignored. And I've looked at all the artwork, and the artwork is telling the story of Enoch, of Genesis. And I don't know how everyone has missed it all these centuries. It's been hidden from us. Obviously, the people guarding it, the Masonic lodges, the government, they obviously are privy to that information and hide it from the masses. But I am one person that has somehow, through the grace of our Lord, has had this information, this truth, this big secret revealed to me. So thank you, Jesus. I don't know why we're back outside, but I guess we have to go through one door to get through into another section. Just more energy passing through the laser cut lines and the limestone. Absolutely fantastic. The exact same circuit board design. Yes, of course. We know the Masonic floors, more Masonic flooring, black and white checkerboards. I'm glad you're here, True Christian. He's here live. Yep, the Masonic floor. Okay, it's gonna get good, trust me. But we're going through some of the world's most famous palaces now. And we got 4K first-person perspective of inside the palace. Just look at this artwork in stone here. Brilliant. Just fantastic. Impossible. You don't see humans working and creating like this today. We've never seen humans create like this. End Time says, hi, Nico, and hi, chat. Excited to watch some live. Yes. Welcome. Get ready, get your tea, get your crumpets, get your snacks. Yeah, we're feeling like royalty today. We're touring all of Europe's top palaces, and they all reveal a secret story that I'm not sure many, or if anyone has even noticed, but I noticed it. I'm going to show it to you all in today's live show. Yeah, humans are very lazy, Sue. Okay. Wow. Here's one great hall. And as we look up to the ceiling, there is artwork immortalized into the ceiling of the dome, right? From the inside. And it's encased in gold. And there's a reason. I'll explain that reason once we get to Caserta, because Caserta has the most mind-blowing thing I've ever seen. And when I show it to you, I'm going to explain why the angels put the art on the ceiling there. Look at the angel there above I guess that's King Charles or King Louis. There's an angel there interfering with royalty, man on a horse. Do not see the angels. Whenever you see the angel, make sure you see it and point it out, because for centuries we've gone through all of this artwork, all these museums, and we've never been taught about the angels. It's always been ignored, and our attention has been diverted to somewhere else, to something other than than the angel. We go to some like some statue or some metal structure like the Eiffel Tower. They're like, oh my God, the Eiffel Tower, everyone needs to see it. I'm like, have you seen what's in the rest of Paris? So they're watching a visual as they're still entering through the main corridors of the entrance walkways that they laid out in like a maze. Oh, let's climb these stairs of the palace. Like we're getting a first person's perspective here of one of the most famous royal palaces on earth, the Palace of Versailles. There we go. Let's just pause it and take a look at this section of the palace here. And what is most prevalent is that the angels are enjoying themselves, immortalized in stone above the doorways, above the archways. There's their columns that we see on their structures. Almost every single one of the fallen structures has some form of column, whether it's a round column, a stone, granite. We see them in the corners, high up on the ceilings, and they're very relaxed, very like they are the authority, right? They're not there looking over humanity. They're here ruling humanity. That's what we need to see and understand. And the artwork is going to reveal that. Right. Look at this entranceway now into the one of the great halls of the palace. Just look at the ceiling. The ceiling is the most important part. No matter what we've been taught, I know what you've been taught. You've been taught that Michelangelo got up on a scaffolding and painted the damn uh, Vatican. But this isn't the Vatican. This is the Palace of Versailles. So now let's quickly look up at the ceiling. Now take it in. This is absolutely phenomenal. Like I said before, there is no wall that is left bare. There is no inch of any part of these palaces, of these structures that have emptiness about them. Everything has a purpose and a design on it, a statue on it, artwork. So now the artwork we're looking at was not painted by Michelangelo, was not painted by some other Italian or French person. This was also done by the angels. And what the artwork depicts is angels falling from heaven to intermingle with humanity. Every single piece of artwork on the ceilings of these castles, of these palaces, are depicting the story that is told or missing from Genesis 6. We only get one verse stating that the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were fair and light and wanted to marry them. That's all. And then we go straight to the flood. But in the book of Enoch, it goes into more detail. But people are more cautious because they're like, oh, the book of Enoch is fantasy. It's not part of the Bible. It was taken out for a reason. So people don't trust it. But let me tell you, these castles and this artwork is the book of Enoch, is the missing chapter of Genesis 6. Well, we'll get closer looks, but you can see if I zoom in, every single piece of art will show like a shining heavenly-esque orb in the center. It will show the angels emerging from the clouds, and it always shows humanity on the land looking up in awe as the angels arrive on earth. And what you have to take into consideration where this artwork is in the palace. Like you'll see more angels in gold immortalized there. You can see the faces on the side there, more angel faces here. It's the same face worldwide. I'm going to show it to you in India too. Unbelievable. And now just look at the height of that from the ceiling to the ground as he pans down with the camera. It is at least 100 feet, if not that, give or take, above solid rock. So it's up there. So whoever put it there and knew that they wanted it to stay there the way they put it, knowing that humanity wouldn't be able to reach it, to change it, to deface it, to erase it. They knew that it would be there for a very, very, very long time. And as we see in another hall here, more artwork all across the ceiling. And as you can see and take a closer look, you'll see angels intermingling with humanity as humanity witnesses the arrival of these gods. So as you can see, there's one angel right here coming out from, like I said, the glowing orb in the sky. So the center here is the heavens. The blue surrounding is the sky. And as you can see, emerging from the heavens are winged humanoid male creatures, angels, fallen angels. So they're falling to earth. Here we see man, women, all looking up and witnessing this as the angels are falling down. This is immortalized in the palace on the ceiling. Every piece of artwork is depicting angels falling from heaven, angels killing man, angels fornicating with women. You're going to see it. You have to look up to see it. It's up there. I never thought of this telling the story. You were on the case, Nico. Yes. What the angels did, they made sure to tell the story through their creations, through the artwork, through their statues. The angels intermingled with humanity. This is the biggest kept secret in the world. Angels were here and mixed with humans. I have artwork depicting angels teaching man how to make swords and weapons. I'm like, hold on a second, that's straight from the book of Enoch. That must mean that that angel there is Azazel. Again, these are the world's most famous, most expensive palaces. As we look up at the artwork, you see more angels coming out of the clouds, coming out of the sky to intermingle with humanity as they bring them things, trade with things, show them how to make alcohol, showed us how to make food and where to get it and how to cook it, how to use the spices. That's the angels teaching us, right? So the angels created their palaces and made sure to immortalize what they did in stone and in the artwork on the ceilings of their palaces, telling the story and showing the story in color form. You don't get better than this. The next best thing would just be a damn video. But obviously, they knew they couldn't give us a video. So this is how they did it through the artwork on the ceilings. This is the most exquisite art in the world, in the most fantasy land magical castles. And all the artwork is showing there's a woman here, human woman. As you can see, the angels are flying around, giving the women gifts. So the artwork shows, a lot of the artwork shows the human women were being seduced by angels. Human women were in awe of these angels. They were scared at first. All the artwork will show you. And the angels will, in the artwork, shows them giving the women necklaces and pearls and jewels and crowns. And the women were just like, oh, wow. And the angels were seducing them because that was why they fell to earth, was for the women. What we're seeing is the big reveal. The truth that's been hidden from us, the angels put in the palaces, in stone, So forget about the hieroglyphics in Egypt and what that story tells. Look at the palaces. We're going to see the story with our own eyes by the hand that created it, the fallen angels. We are witnessing now the reign of fallen angels coming to light. Angels. There's not a piece of artwork that doesn't contain angels mixing with humans. Trust me, it gets a lot better. More angels with humans. So we'll pause it here. This one here, you can see an angel here with some kind of like beast looking creature, dragons, because they created these creatures. You're going to see that. There's a half goat, half man creature here in the corner. This is telling the story. They didn't paint these things because they didn't exist. These things existed and had significant meaning at the time. It's never been easier. I cannot believe we never realized this ever. No one ever realized this. But now, once you understand, the people that do understand this, the Masons, they make sure we never realize this. Nanny Bell, good to see you this evening. Says hello, everyone, and God bless. So look at the artwork on the ceiling. There again is the staff of Mercury, the caduceus, the staff of the messenger. So more angels. There's an angel here with the wings blowing the trumpet. As you can see, there's the little cherub angels, and they are on earth now, giving rules, leading over humanity. The artwork reveals how they had government over the world, how they commanded troops, how they had royals that had to take orders from the angels. The angels didn't communicate with all of humanity. They communicated with only their generals, only their royals, who were the Canaanite bloodline of the fallen angels. So you're not going to see artwork that doesn't have angels and humans together at the same time. But it gets a lot more telling from once we go from palace to palace, room to room. Magavelli is in the chats. Good to see you this evening, Magavelli and Toronto Thrash. We're going on the palace tour today. This is the first palace of the tour, and it is the Palace of Versailles in France. And we're looking at artwork on the ceilings. The artwork, as this person's focused more on the chandelier, you can see angels here intermingling with humans on Earth. In every piece of artwork, so now the Hall of Mirrors. So this is one of the most famous popular halls in the palace. As you can see, the artwork on the ceiling is just mind-blowing. It's just unfathomable that this exists and it's here and people just walk under it unknowingly. Angels, I've seen like 100 already. Look at the... So if we look up a bit at the art, again, so it's a lot to take in. Our eyes are not used to this kind of detail in such a big structure. And as you can see, angels, angels, and humans. You can see in gold, angels all the way up on the ceiling, lining the walls, angels all the way across the roof, lining it. Hopefully we get a better look at the artwork. Look at the faces and the race of the angels. It's always the same face, the same rounded cheeks on the angels that we see worldwide. That's how you know it was the same reign of the same fallen angels. Okay, having a good look outside. Again, this is the Hall of Mirrors. Yes, so hit that like button. Let's get the subscriber count up. We're going on a world tour. This is part 3. And we're going to the palaces today in some of these cities. The Hall of Mirrors. Just look how small and tiny the people are. Even today, we would have a lot of trouble painting on a concave ceiling like this. It's just out of the question. So the truth of the past is right above everyone's head right here. And not many people are looking up because, yeah, it's very high up there. You'll be breaking your neck to look up and take it all in for a minute or two. You'd have to spend quite a while, so it's going to hurt your neck. So people just don't bother. And as we're walking forward, not really seeing much, just unknowing people, the truth and a lot of the story that was put there by the angels is right above us. Yeah, so much to take in. But when we do take it in, it's the same thing that we're taking in. Fallen angels conquered the world, created every city, and ruled over humanity for a good millennium. So now we're leaving the Hall of Mirrors. There's a whole lot of art we missed on the ceiling there, but we'd have to go to another video and type it in directly, Hall of Mirrors ceiling. He finally looks up at this ceiling in the next room now, and we're going to take a quick look, and we're going to see the same thing. Angels intermingling with humanity. And the story is showing everything that the book of Enoch speaks of, how the angels taught man what to do with the herbs and the plants of the earth and how to use them and what for. So yeah, we see all the artwork here, angels. We see the staff of Caduceus here again. You see offerings happening here. We'll see more artwork, more offerings, more sacrifices. You're going to see women being taken by angels. You're going to see children and husbands crying as the angels take their mom and wife away from them. I've seen it all, and I'm going to share it with you all today. I cannot believe what I've seen. I've been excited to show you this for a while now. The story that I've been talking about and having theories on for the last decade has finally been revealed to me in the palaces, the most famous palaces on earth. So you can't beat that. Wait till you see Caserta. Oh my God, that's my favorite one. I don't know which one is. They're just absolutely insane. I'm looking for someone. Let's go to the Four Seasons. Let's get her done. Wait till you see the Four Seasons. So I'm jumping ahead, but let's get through the Palace of Versailles. Oh, we're back in the Hall of Mirrors. So I think he does take a look up at some of the artwork. It's actually the focus of the room, actually, but everyone's too busy looking at themselves in the mirror, even though the ceiling is the greatest part of that hall because it shows the story of the wars during the time the angels were here. It shows the conquering. It shows the peace treaties, the offerings, the sacrifices, the tradings. I've seen the whole timeline from before the flood has been told on the ceilings of the palaces in stone of their structures. It's all there. It's not hidden. So this is the queen's bedchamber, so they say. Let's see some artwork. We got to the ceiling. Okay, decked out very nicely. Keep going. Let's get to it. Yes, we walked through the Vatican yesterday. It's like, it's so high. people just look like mere ants in there. You can't even see anything because all the best stuff is on the ceiling anyway. It's just, we'll have to take a quick peek back at the Vatican after we run through today's palaces. Look at the faces. So this face, you see the same face of the same angels worldwide, the same facial features, the same hair, the same cheeks, the same lips, the same nose. It's the same face that we see on the Statue of Liberty. It's the same face. I've mentioned this already in this video. Work. So angels intermingling with humanity. But look, this is an angel with a bunch of women, because that's what they came here for the women, right? As you can see, him sitting there. There's one wing outspread there. There's the women. Because that's what they came here for, was for the women. And they got it. Trust me, they did. All the art and the tapestries and the ceilings and the stonework is revealing what they did, because they were very proud of what they did, because they wouldn't have done it otherwise and made the pact to do it knowing that they were going to commit great sin. The drag queen, Marie Antoinette. Let's skip forward. Let's look up, quickly look up. We see this ritual still taking place today. We saw it with the crowning of King Charles. Okay, we're walking on the outsides again through the gardens. Nothing to see there. Snack time. Back to the palace. So yes, please show us some of the artwork on the wall. So you can see angels playing around on the palace grounds. This is the Palace of Versailles depicted in the paintings. And it's always going to show angels playing around, living like gods. Entertainment, look, in a Colosseum. Again, angels depicted. Yeah, top to bottom, Machiavelli, top to bottom, decked out with the finest threads, the finest stones and gems and materials. It's a lot to take in. Oh, here we go. Check out this fountain on the grounds. Like, it looks straight out of a Disney movie. It's Buffet d'Or. Just look at the water. Look at the pink stone, the marble, the granite. Look at the gold statues, how perfect each one is in their place. Look at the gold head lions with the water coming out of their mouths. Yeah, let's get a closer look. Angels. Wow, they really did outdo everyone, and they knew it. They were the first ruling civilization here on Earth, and they made sure to show their dominance, their power over humanity, over this realm, for until the end of time. This is just a show of absolute dominance by the fallen angels here in God's creation. They did commit the ultimate great sin against our Lord and against us humans. Wow, the Palace of Versailles. Okay, we're going to Caserta now. You think Palace of Versailles was good? Caserta. Quickly. We're going to Caserta. Is this the one I watched yesterday? Last Year in Wonderland, I believe so. Hold on, let me just double check. Yeah, we're going to Caserta. So let me just pause it and see the description that it tells us. So the Royal Palace and Park of Caserta is part of World Heritage Journeys, the project developed by UNESCO in collaboration. So don't listen to that. These are all fallen angel structures are UNESCO heritage sites, right? They always talk about Baroque, Italian Baroque. This is BS, so it's not saying anything, but it's the Caserta Royal Palace and Park, situated to the north of Naples, is a splendid amalgamation of influences from Palace of Versailles that we just saw, Rome, and Tuscany. So they say that this magnificent architectural marvel was meticulously crafted to fulfill the desires of Charles of Bourbon. So had nothing to do with that. This is the Fallen Angel Palace, Caserta, in Italy. Probably never heard of it before, but we're looking at it now, and we're going to go inside, and you're going to be blown the hell away by Caserta Palace here in Italy. No music. So look, as they look up to the ceiling, this is just the highlights, the grounds, just absolutely magnanimous piece of rock, the exquisite fountain. There's the people, like there's art on the work again, on the ceilings. Like another fountain with dragon heads, the same face, the same race of people, the same hair, the same nose, eyes. It's the reign of fallen angels and the Canaanites as human royals. Whoa, look at this room. Look at that ceiling, more angel artwork on the ceiling. Sorry, I keep pausing it too late, but we'll get a better look when it gets to it. This is again Caserta Palace. There's the energy lines of the circuit board running through the palace walls that we saw at Versailles also. What a fountain this is. More statues lining the fountain because, why not? So we're entering. Are we entering now? No, still highlighting what's going on here. So who's enjoying the palace tour today? Who feels like a princess? Who feels like a prince, a royal? Just wow, walking through Palace of Versailles. Now we're going from one palace to another palace, going from France to Italy. Welcome to Caserta. Look at that thing. It's absolutely crazy. We're driving 3 hours by car from Bari. What are we seeing in the chats? Thank you for keeping the chat going. I'm taking a look. We got Bert DeVries 460 is here. Welcome to the show. Crystal Gem says, always the fountains, running water for energy create. Yes, so the running water is part of, it's called fluid condensing for a magic ritual to be fully circular and fully complete. They need the fluid condenser. Magavelli says the Smithsonian Institute's here in America Land. LOL. Yes. Okay, we're about to enter Caserta Palace. You can see already the manner of the stonework, the fusion of limestone, the curving of limestone, the precision laser cut of the material is just still questionable. We can't today replicate this with, okay, we're coming up the stairway now. What does it sound like? Okay, let's get some sounds. Look at the sides. So look, as we enter up now, so it looks like we have to enter up, turn, and then go up another stairway. I'm gonna see, but look at what we're greeted with already, just at the human level and height. What we can see from our eye level, side to side, is just solid limestone rock, granite, marble, laser cut in designs, spaced out. We got lion statues. The staircase is just massive, like so wide. And you can see in front of you just a solid marble, solid rocks visuals with gigantic fallen angel statues, all kinds of intricate designs, laser cut into rock, into the marble. Let's get up here. Let's get into Caserta Palace. So look, we're panning up. Oh my God. What the hell this is unbelievable. This is like 200 feet off the ground in the dome, in the ceiling. We have some of the most exquisite artwork, and just it's picture framed, and the size of it and the height of it and the difficulty for a human to even put that there is just mind blowing. So I'm going to tell you, no, a human did not put that there 200 feet off the ground in the dome of the Caserta Palace. Michelangelo did not do this. He is only credited for the Vatican. As you can see, dead in the center, as we enter Caserta Palace, and some of the most amazing visuals you will see if once you lift your head up to a ceiling of this statue. Look at the faces just around here. You see that Versailles face? You see that Medusa face? It's the same fallen angel faces we see worldwide, carved into stone. Then you go into here, you see it looks like a picture frame with a gold trim. You got pearls, giant pearls or whatnot, stone. It's just so phenomenal. You have a principality angel looking and lounging like he's God with his hand outstretched with his wreath. You got other angels look like they're falling. You have women here with him. You have more humans here. You have one angel here fighting or beating or killing a man. You have the women being seduced. You have someone groping someone's bosom right here in the artwork. Remember, this is 200 feet up in the ceiling. Whoever put this here wanted this to be put there for a very special reason. They wanted it to be seen, and they wanted it to be untouched by human hand. Whoever put this there knew that no human on earth would be able to reach the height within this palace to be able to even tamper with this thing for millennia to come. And why did they not want this to be tampered with? Because it shows humans and angels intermingling together at one point in human history. And that one point in human history is Genesis. And how did Genesis end? It ended with the great flood. We need to prove this Bible prophecy because this is the most important thing that is being revealed to us now, the intermingling of humans and fallen angels. And we know how that went. Wow. Keyboard Gangster, welcome to the show, says this is crazy. And yes, Sue, she feels like a princess. Sue's a princess. You're all princesses here and princes and royals as we travel back to Genesis, because this is exactly where we are now. We are in Genesis. Sorry, this thing is jumping around and looking up at the ceiling, and I don't want to miss the artwork. I don't mean for you to have to twist your head, but again, can someone put in the chat what the artwork in this palace now is depicting and how it looks very eerily similar to the artwork on the ceiling in the Palace of Versailles? It looks like the same person created it and put it there, right? But we're in Italy now. And it's telling the same story of angels falling from heaven, living high up in the clouds in their castles and palaces. Look, this one's beating and killing a man, and they are taking the women. You see? The women are being taken by angels that are falling from heaven, and the men are being abused and beaten. And this is the story that is immortalized 200 feet up high in the ceiling in the palace. And where did we hear this story before? That's the book of Enoch. That's Genesis. Let me go back a second. I don't want to miss anything. Look at this visual. Take in the sight. How do you even begin to blueprint a structure like this? How do you even begin to gather the material for and calculate what you're going to need? How do you calculate that you need 400,000 tons of limestone, 200 tons of gold, 300,000 tons of marble? You need pink marble, you need gray marble, you need black marble, you need red marble, purple marble. Like how? Where was the supplier at the time for all of this marble all of these materials, right? Even though there's palaces of this exact same stature all across the earth. And look at this, and look how tiny the people are. And as you scan your head up, the story that took place in Genesis is immortalized in the ceiling. Thank you, Alessia in Wonderland, to subscribe if you want to see more. Okay, there again, Alessia is showing us another Genesis imagery here. Book of Enoch, chapter 6, angels fornicating amongst humanity, has more artwork here. And guess what it's showing? Sorry, I'm too slow on the pause there. Angels blowing their trumpets, excuse me, as they come down to heaven, as they roar over humanity. And if you take in the enormity of this structure and the stature of it, and the fact that they chose to put this imagery on their most wondrous creation, the most expensive thing in a nation is having a palace like this. And on the ceiling, high up, and within the domes of the roofs of these palaces, of these castles, the one story that they choose to depict of all the stories. So remember, these are said to be created in like the 15th century, the 16th century, the 1800s, right? Early 1900s. And of all the wars that supposedly had taken place in those times, like they didn't want to depict like King Arthur at the round table or King George slaying a dragon as we're taught in school. They didn't want to show Macbeth. And no, the only story that I have seen when I go travel the world, palace to palace, nation to nation, different culture to different culture, they are depicting fallen angels falling from the sky, ruling over humanity, killing and abusing men, taking women away from their children and husbands, and fornicating with them. And that's the story. The biggest kept secret on earth is Genesis. I'm gonna prove Genesis. I promise you that. Genesis happened. From the Garden of Eden to the Great Flood, Genesis happened. And we can prove it right now, here today. And it is on you to take in that information, to either you need to use your discernment and look at this imagery and understand where it is, how it is, the impossibility of it being there in a structure like this. And the story that is being told here, I haven't even shown you anything yet. Get comfortable, get your princess crowns on, get your king crowns on, get your royal garments on. We are going back to Genesis and we are uncovering the truth.
Scelse il mio progetto per la nuova reggia che doveva competere con Versailles.
Yeah, stolen history is my favorite conspiracy, says Machiavelli. Look at this stuff. This is insane. Exactly. And it's hidden in plain sight. Like these are all public places. You can get a day pass and go walk with the crowd and visit and come out, right? But people aren't going in there with a biblical mindset, with a conspiracy mindset. They're not asking the right questions. They're just listening to their grade 1, grade 2 teachers. And they're like, yeah, the Romans did it, or King Arthur did it, or King Charles. Wow, look at this piece here. Wow. So we got another piece of art. It looks like it's glowing. This is just insane. It looks like a Disney cartoon immortalized in the palace on the ceiling. Like the colors, the design, the way that they're able to capture a story on four corners and have the centerpiece like the heavens. You can see the angels here in the center falling from heaven. All the four corners are surrounded. That's the lands. You can see the mountains, trees on the earth. Even when you turn this corner, there's more humans, soldiers, They're all looking up at the sky towards the middle as the angels are coming down. This is the story that they choose to tell in the most incredible palaces on earth. This is proof that this is creations of the angels. So you got to tell yourselves, like, think about it. You're an angel. You committed the greatest sin known to angels, known to humanity, known to the heavens, right? And you made a pact knowing that what you were going to do, there was no turning back. So when they made this pact amongst the leaders, Semyaza, Kokabiel, Satan, Lucifer, whatever you want to call them, they said, we're doing this. So we're going to go all out. And we're going to make sure we do it and have the best time because we're going to suffer for this, right? So they made the pact and then they fell. And when they came here, they took the women, whether they were single, married or not. They said, I want you, we're taking you, look what I can do. So the women were like, whoa, whoa, you're an angel. What is this? You got wings? And then they started to show them, these people are living in mud huts, right? Humans weren't living in palaces. They weren't building houses out of stone. The angels came down and they went all out. They says, we're going to show you. They created the cities. They just erected them with their power. They immortalized themselves in the stone. They said, this is the story. They made sure to tell that story, that what they did in all the ceilings and all the stone and all the artwork. It's right there, glowing in front of us in the most magical places on earth. They lavished it up. They had the finest of everything. They had the women they wanted. They got to rule as gods. They ruled over humanity. They manipulated all DNA. They created all kinds of beasts and pets and dragons and griffins. Insane, says Chanel Brown. Yes, this is absolutely the biggest revealing I've ever revealed today. This is the best proof I have. My proof is the palaces. I can prove Bible prophecy with the palaces that we can all visit right now today. I can prove that Genesis happened with these palaces, with these structures, with these cities and the layouts, with the artwork in the buildings alone is telling the story of Genesis 6. Now, all of us have been debating, oh, did it happen? Did it not? Is Enoch real? Was it really a part of the Bible? Was it taken out? Is it credible? Hell yes, it's credible. If it's credible enough to be put on the ceiling of the Palace of Versailles, of the Palace of Caserta, of the Louvre, wait till we get to the rest of the palaces. There is no other imagery we're going to see but angels coming down from heaven and conquering humanity. We're witnessing it right here, right now. Maxwell's here. Good to see you, Maxwell Tartaria. Says the old Russian book about water fountains and statues, old world healing frequencies, alchemy and magic of water. Yes, by vibration, cymatics. We see the cymatic symbolism in the cathedrals. We know that the vibration of the bells and the organs, it's all come together now, and it's all making sense once you look at all the stories and the imagery in the stone, in the artwork that the angels have been telling us. They want us to know what they did. They never want any one of us to forget, right? Even though humanity and the Masonic Brotherhood has been hiding it, and the synagogue of Satan, because they know what that would do if we found out. But the angels weren't really thinking that far ahead. They all they wanted to do was just show off. We did this. We are gods of this world. We have our own kingdoms here on earth, and we want people to know forever. When they had the women come to their palaces, they said, just look up. That's me. That's me coming down from the heavens and conquering this land. You know, and they were like, oh, wow. And they said, look at that statue. That's me. Look at that statue. That's me. That's how they were. And they had no other way to be because they knew what was coming, because they begged Enoch to speak to God. Because when they found out that God was communicating with Enoch, which hadn't been heard of for centuries, right? Like, oh my God, God has shown up. God is speaking to someone. The angels were like, whoa, we need to find Enoch and get him to give the message to God that they were sorry and to please let them come home. That's what happened. Enoch communicated with the angels, which is why the book of Enoch was the thing, because they had to tell Enoch their story. Enoch was there. He was old enough. He had been there for centuries. He already got messages in the dreams from God. And when the angels found out, they knew because God had cut them off. They couldn't even lift their heads up to the heavens anymore, right? They went to Enoch and begged him, tell the Father, please, that we are all sorry. All the leaders of the fallen angels came to Enoch, the perfect in his generations, descendant of Adam, right? Great grandfather or grandfather of Noah. And they begged Enoch to give the message because God wouldn't listen to any of them. So only Enoch had the capability to talk to God. And when God gave Enoch the dream, he showed what was going to happen. He said, no, the angels will not be coming home. They will not be forgiven. They will suffer great judgment. He said, he showed the great flood to Enoch. He said, this whole world will be destroyed. The angels will be imprisoned and their children will be killed and will float and serve as demonic spirits on this earth till judgment day. And that's what happened. And we're seeing that now in the palaces, immortalized in the artwork, in stone, in gold, in painting. Flat Earth New Zealand, good to see you, brother. Long time no see. Has another piece of artwork here. Angels intermingling with humanity. And they put the artwork in the most difficult place. Like I said, the artwork of what they did, telling the story of Genesis and Enoch, is put high up. So you saw, once as you enter Caserta Palace, you're on these massive stairs, you're a tiny little midget person, and you're like going up, 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 up. So from that moment, ground up, when you lift your head up, way up in the dome, way up there on the ceiling is this magical visual of a framed art piece in the dome that looks 3D. Like, how can people paint like this? People don't paint 3D in domes, 200-300 feet high up in the sky with no scaffolding, with no safety harnesses. It's impossible. And the angels knew that, yes, we want our story to live on till the end of time. They built these buildings knowing that they wouldn't be able to be destroyed by dynamite, by a flood, right? By the great fire at the end. Yes, Jesus said, no, there shall be not left one stone upon another that will not be thrown down. Jesus was here and saw these very palaces and says they are blasphemous. And now we see why. They are the angels' palaces, the reign of fallen angels, and our mere humans, the Canaanites, the Hamites, after the flood, dug out these palaces, cleaned them up and repurposed them and took them over and ruled from there on then, still worshiping the same angels by doing rituals and magic spells because the angels taught them how to do it and how to get into contact with them after the flood. And who did they get to? It was son of Noah, Ham. Sell out. So here's the artwork, more angels intermingling with humanity. That's the only story being told. And look where it's being told, in the most impossible place you could tell it. And like I said, the angels put it there knowing that humanity would not be able to deface this artwork for millennia, if not forever, right? I'm pretty sure now we have the technology, we could put a crane in there and raise it up and someone could deface it, but that's now. For the last, how long has that been there? That's been there from before the flood. So it's been centuries. Imagine when they first found it 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago, like they wouldn't have been able to touch it, but just look at it and know the story from then and be like, well, we need to hide this, but we can't even reach it to even change it, to delete it. This history is there forever. That's how you tell a story and make sure it doesn't get deleted through time. That is unbelievable. This is what we're uncovering, a message from Genesis, from the reign of fallen angels. Thank you, Flat Earth New Zealand says, love your commitment. Thanks for bringing your knowledge to the table. Well said. I understand more now. More artwork. Sorry, I was talking over that piece. We're not missing anything as we get a closer look at the structure and the importance of this artwork, that it had to be put on the ceiling. You got to really have a biblical lens to be able to look at this and see what I'm trying to tell you, that this is Genesis. This is Genesis 6. This is the book of Enoch. So let's get to the book of Enoch and Genesis quickly. I had it up in yesterday's live. Like, I'm not here to mess around. I'm here to prove Bible prophecy. This isn't just... So Genesis chapter 6, verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he is also flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. So obviously, a whole bit is missing. We just went from angels wanting to marry women to God shortening our lifespan. So there's a part missing. Then it says there were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. So Genesis 6, chapter 4 is probably the most golden verse that proves that there was a time when angels came to earth. Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca. Says, thanks, Nico, for giving the only truth out here. Miss Morella says, how humans would paint that high up without electricity. If they were to use candles, then the walls would turn yellow. So many questions. Yes, you're starting to realize Michelangelo did not paint the Sistine Chapel, because why is the artwork found in every castle? And I'm going to show it to you. The more you see, the more you realize that what they told us is an absolute lie. So Genesis 6:4 just straightly says, there were giants in the earth in those days, which were because of the intermingling of the sons of God, who were the fallen angels, and the daughters of men, women. It says they bear children to them. So those children that the angels had with women became the Nephilim. And then it skips to, and God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. So he's not talking about the animals and the birds and the dogs and the giraffes, because obviously he saved them 2 by 2. God made sure to tell Noah, make sure you bring all the animals of the world that he created onto the ark to save them. You're going to need a male one and a female one of each sex from each species. But in this verse, he says he's going to destroy man and beast and the creeping thing and the fowls of the air. So he's not talking about beasts like lions and tigers, because he saved them. The creeping thing, he's not talking about insects like spiders, because they still hair. And he's not talking about birds, which are the fowls of the air, because we have lots of birds and flamingos and seagulls and magpies. He was talking about like like, as we see in the buildings, you have like dragons, right? Winged, demonic, reptilian looking creatures, right? We have lions with wings. We have griffins, like birds with eagle heads and lion bodies and dragon wings and dragon tails. Like, that's what was destroyed. And then we get Noah. Now we have Genesis. When we go to Enoch chapter 6, it tells you straight that it came to pass when the children of men multiplied that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. And the angels, right? Fallen angels, the children of heaven saw and lusted. Oh, they weren't fallen yet. So they were still in heaven. They saw and lusted after them. So they saw the women and they were like, wow, these women are beautiful. We love their hair, their eyes, their skin, their mannerisms, and said to one another, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and let's have children with them. So Semyaza, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear that you will not all indeed agree to this deed. So I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin. And they all answered him and said, let's all swear an oath and all bind ourselves by mutual imprecations, not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing. Then swear they all together and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And they were in all 200 who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon. So that's what the artwork is depicting, angels falling in the days of Jared onto Mount Hermon. This is what we're seeing. And this is what has been written and hidden from us in plain sight, uh, tampered with, made to be false and fantasy. Yes, True Christian says the King James Version has a whole lot wrong with it, including the missing sections of Genesis. So you can see how it jumps, but it goes way beyond just that. The KJV uses the rabbi-made Masoretic text as its source for the Old Testament. Let's get back to what we're seeing from the artwork. Angels falling from heaven in the days of Sarah and Hermon choose themselves right. Absolute high flower. Angels everywhere. Rain of fallen angels. Had a whole government. They had courts. They had theater. They had entertainment. They had a whole society, a one world order, the old world order. It was the worldwide reign of fallen angels, the only empire to be fully ruling the world at one time. And yet the world is in a new world order run by a one world government that serves these very fallen angels. And we see some of the comments as we're walking through the Palace of Caserta. Yes, Toronto Thrash. As we scan up to another painting on a ceiling, reminds him of Freemasonry, black magic, putting facts in our face, but they cloak it in a way that many will not see what it really means. Exactly. So the real truth is in front of our face, but it's cloaked because not many people see the hundreds of fallen angels on these structures. They don't see the angel statues outside. Trust me, I've watched thousands of videos and tours, and people always describe the same nonsense, but never point out the angels. I'm like, are you blind? It's right there, massive on top. How do you miss it? So yeah, the angels, there's some kind of spell on the world to cloak people from seeing the angels right here, all over the place. Just having a jolly good time, these angels dancing all over the place, celebrating their time here on earth that they had. They definitely made the best of it, knowing their their comeuppance. Wow. See, look, did you see the winged lion creatures? More angels decked out all over the ceiling. Looking out over the grounds, not that interesting. We want to see the angel artwork. No music, please. Thank you. Let's go through the rooms quickly here of the Palace of Caserta. Some study rooms. Let's get back to some artwork on the ceiling. Look at the bed. See the winged creatures. Beasts that no longer exist, that did once exist because the fallen angels created them. As you see, the top of the bed has a crown. As you can see here, there's artwork. This is the artwork I want to show you. This is the one with Azazel teaching man how to create swords and weaponry and shields. Wow, we're going to see a lot of artwork coming up. Okay, see artwork here. As you scroll up to the ceiling, look, here we go. Look at this piece of artwork right here in the ceiling. So as you can see, there's angels playing. There's one angel wearing a helmet. This is an angel here wrestling with looks like a human person. This is Azazel. Azazel's holding a sword as he watches on two humans that look like children. One with a sword, another one, they got shields, they got helmets. So he's teaching them how to fight. There's another angel here with another instrument in his hand. So these are the elder angels with their bigger wings. And this one looks more evil, right? As he's, that's a bad, it's very evil, teaching humans to what to do with metal and make swords and do this fighting thing so they can kill each other. This is immortalized in the castle, right? On the ceiling above the king's bed. More imagery here. Wow, phenomenal stuff. Just around the light, you can see the angels there flying around the centerpiece. No music, we don't want to hear that. So I'm right here, I'm still here, I'm live with you all. I'm checking the chats. We're touring Caserta Palace in Italy. We're seeing more of the same thing we see everywhere from all these structures. Here's a piece of art. Oh, I don't want to see it upside down. Come on. There's an angel. See, right there on the side there, angel. And all the artwork, more angels there. So this isn't on the ceiling. This is just on the wall. Now we look up to the ceiling. Here we go. So what do we see here? Can someone else describe how they interpret this image right here on the ceiling of Caserta Palace in one of the royal bedrooms? So this right here would be Cain, right? The firstborn human, serpent seed, Satan and Eve's product, right? And Abel, his twin brother, son of Adam. So they were born through a process called heteropaternal superfecundation, two sperm donors in one uterus. They were brothers, but they had different fathers. So obviously he looks like he's free. He's got a sickle of some sort in his hand. That's the face we see, the bearded, long-haired person in stone on these structures. That obviously he's got no problem being around the angel here with the woman. He's got women, so obviously there's a deal. He's royalty, right? That's Cain. That's what I see here. angels intermingling with women, and the only other man we see is a man that resembles Cain. Right there in Caserta Palace on the ceiling. Let's move on. There's lots more to see. Angels all around. This is the most magnificent art. Look at this. Again, angels on a chariot. This angel's holding onto a woman. So yeah, it shows you the reason they came here was to grab women. As you can see, the woman's looking him at it in his face as he's holding onto her with his left arm, as he's flying. She looks like she's in a panic. She's like, "Oh my God, this look." Her left arm is outstretched. Her right arm is outstretched. She looks like she's just been scooped up by this guy, this angel. There's the little Cupid cherubim angels pushing on her too, right? Do you see what I'm seeing? Look at the angels as they're flying around here. More angels flying around. There's little cherub angels in the chariot, but the main focus is um, the higher ranked angel with the bigger outset wings grabbing and snapping up a woman out of the sky. That's Genesis 6. Angels falling from heaven to find themselves wives. This is exactly what this image is depicting on the ceiling in Caserta Palace in Italy. Anonymous Void, good to see you, says, I think Azazel ruled over Egypt. Ruled over Egypt. He was the first to teach cosmetics, and cosmetics originated in Egypt. He's probably Ra, and he was taken out by Raphael. But under jagged rocks, pyramids, and desert, yeah, it was Azazel that taught man how to make weapons and beautify the eyelids and use makeup for deception, taught men how to dress up as women because they were androgynous, right? And as you can see here again, angels coming down, little cherubs. You can see women, you can see Canaanites hanging out. You can see someone that looks wearing a crown, this woman. Very weird imagery, right? But it's depicting the story of what took place during their time here on Earth. Yeah, 3D clouds are amazing. Humans can't paint like this on that kind of, in that manner, right? Yeah, it's just, it gets even crazier. We're going to see some more imagery as we go through more of these royal palaces that are just mesmerizing. Top to bottom, floor to ceiling. As we look up and look around, that looks like a half goat, half man person with a woman there. So there's that face again that we see worldwide. This Medusa, Versace looking face, fallen angel's face. You can see more cherub angels in the corners flying around. It's just so many. It's not like one or two. It's like, bro, it's like chill out a bit. But then you got to realize they're not going to chill out because they are the ones that created this and they have a story to tell. More angels intermingling with humans, all to be seen. You're not going to look, angels in the clouds right here, woman, looks more like a royal woman, women down here. That is what they're trying to show you, that yes, angels and humans at one point coexisted on this earth. Also, other creatures like fawns, I think that's what they're called, half goat, half man, cherub angels, these winged creatures all existed. You see? The angels always had influence over the first government here on earth. So whether that, look at this. So this queen or king is holding on to the same staff of Caduceus, the staff entwined with serpents. You can see the angel here with a torch. You can see this guy also looks like they're writing down things, but they're taking orders from the angels. Whenever you see royals giving some kind of instructions to the people, it's from the angels, right? That has instructed them to give the information. And look what's going on here. People bowing down to these people here in the woods, saying, please. So what's going on? Let's keep moving on. Okay, we're going to the Louvre now. So this was the original palace in France before they switched to the Palace of Versailles. Which video? Let me just see which one I watched. The Louvre, where is it? Oh, here we go. Louvre Museum. Louvre. So the Mona Lisa is at the Louvre. That's what it's most famously known for. Lots of people like to go there because they feel like they need to see the Mona Lisa. So this is in France. We're back in France. We're just getting entered into the Louvre, which is now French National Art Gallery. You're going to see why they changed this from the palace to the gallery when you see the artwork on the ceiling. Yeah, unbelievable places we're seeing. So we're entering into the the palace again. This time it's the Louvre. Same statues, same race of people. Artwork on the ceiling in the Louvre now. Again, don't miss them. The angels are all around. The artwork is also, again, depicting angels mixing with humanity in a completely different palace now. Look at this section. Get down, please. Same artwork on the ceiling in this palace. Every ceiling in this hall is decked out in fallen angel artwork. Yeah, he's not looking up. The main attraction is on the ceiling. I'm guessing this is what a lot of people do. They come here and walk right through and miss everything above them. The artwork on the ceiling is basically like the fallen angels. It's their Bible, it's their scrolls, it's their story being written. This is what other way can you show what happened thousands of years later other than this way that we're seeing right now? Yeah, no one is looking up. Again, the main attraction is on the ceiling, so I'm not sure why they did not look up. But here we go. Let's get to another section then. So they missed that whole hall. I'm gonna have to watch it in another video if someone decides to look up. I did see it, but we're gonna see these next pieces coming up. Wow. You see angels over here in this piece of art. She's holding a sickle. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is incredible. That's the angel of death. So he's got black wings. We very rarely see in any of the artwork an angel with black wings like this, especially holding what appears to be a sickle, which what we refer to as the sickle of death. You know, the character Death and the black hood and the skeleton face and the glowy eyes. He carries this and he shows up at your door. You're done. So the angel of death, I believe, is Abaddon. Let me just chat GPT this. So the angel of death can refer to several different things depending on context. So often associated with an entity who carries out death or judgment, such as Azrael in some Jewish, Islamic, and Christian traditions, Azrael. Historical nickname, most infamously used for Yosef. Okay, forget that. So this is saying Azrael. Look at this in the artwork and keep in mind where this artwork is and how it is depicted in this palace. We are in the Louvre, massive palace, another one in France. Yet we have this depicted on the ceiling of the palace, just absolutely, oh, so decked out in the most royal materials and gold leaf, everything. Look at this. What story are they telling? Why would humans create and spend however long they spent creating a palace and then decking it out with angel statues and angel artwork? It doesn't make sense. The people you see in all the statues and the people you see in all the artwork are the people that created this structure, the reign of fallen angels. Okay, let's get through. So that was a crazy piece of artwork there depicting an angel of death. The Mona Lisa is coming up. More artwork on the ceiling, I believe. Is he going to look up? I see it. Yeah, there's art up there. Winged mammals immortalized into stone. Here's another decked out ceiling. Can you look at it properly, please? Because okay, winged creatures that no longer exist. So he's not going to show us this, but we're going to have to pause it like here and try and see some of it. Again, angels intermingling with humanity. What more can you see? It's not telling any other story, but the main thing we're trying to uncover. The angels once did coexist with humans and they ruled this world. We are uncovering all their creations, all their cities. We're in them right now. We're surrounded by their structures, by their statues, by their artwork. They made sure to leave their mark here on this earth, which was part of the pact that they made in heaven before they committed the great sin. Some recognizable famous paintings here. Angels. Another recognizable famous painting. Wow. Yes, Heron Song says, how do you think they would react if I went there with a pillow and some binoculars, got real comfy in the middle of the floor and just looked up at it? Like every room. That's the most comfortable way to take it all in. Angels again, watching over and manipulating human. Yeah, these buildings are massive. Okay, we're just scrolling through one of the halls here in the Louvre, looking at some artwork on the sides there. Ah, this is what I wanted to show you too. So look at some of this artwork. So this is a painting of multiple other paintings of artwork around the world. And if you notice in this artwork, it's other fallen angel structures. So the angels painted a picture of other paintings containing their palaces worldwide. And somehow the Colosseum is broken up in this one. It's just crazy. Some of them are already ruins. Interesting picture, especially with all the mini pictures, all the archways consisted in there. Wait, did I miss a picture? Yeah, look at this. So look at this painting here. So this is a painting that depicts a palace, of course, because it's got pink granite columns in the painting, and it's got many little paintings. And if you look at each mini painting, it's got fallen angel structures in each of the paintings. Each structure is one of these fallen angel statues or buildings that we explored worldwide. And I was like, what the hell? What kind of image is this? You can see the paintings on the ceiling in the painting. It shows pantheons from different cities, different monuments, different everything, different statues. And look at this. Look at this one painting here. Look at this imagery. Is that not morning star Satan or Lucifer? And this picture is in the Vatican. So we walked around the Vatican yesterday and stopped in one of the great halls, and you could see Lucifer being worshipped right there in the Vatican. And now we have a picture in the Louvre in France of a picture of Lucifer being worshipped in the Vatican. It's crazy. What imagery are we seeing here? Is this like an Easter egg? Is this like a trick picture? Like, as you could see the structures and all, it's angel columns, angel statues, and all the buildings, right? Very suspicious painting. You see that, Sue? Oh, wow. Mind blowing, says Crystal. Yeah, that'll be a good snapshot and compared to buildings still standing. So I thought this painting was very interesting here in the Louvre, considering it does have imagery of Lucifer in it. So it's telling a story that, yeah, all these buildings are one of the same artist, no matter what city you go to. This is what I'm saying. Look, the whole painting has all mini paintings of all the fallen angel structures worldwide. This is insane. Marvelous. Very suspicious about this picture as it reveals is very telling for sure, as it falls in line with Genesis. Yeah, Lucifer definitely invented the Vatican and Catholicism and the church. Now we have another painting of other little paintings showcasing archways worldwide and pantheons worldwide. Look, all fallen angel structures. And some of them appear as ruins. Obviously, this might have been taken post-flood, this picture painted, right? But it showcases only fallen angel structures in all the little paintings. Look, an archway there, ruins of a pantheon there, another archway there, all fallen angel architecture is being captured in one painting. More paintings, just getting through them. There's another painting of an old world structure. So look at this painting now. Another painting, and look what it has in the painting. So it's got people walking around the town square. It's got a column statue here. We see that worldwide. It's got other statues here, angels statues holding up a shield. We got another crazy art piece made out of stone with angels on it there. We have the main archway here with columns, archway, cathedral ceilings, all in stone with an angel on top right here. We have another piece here, darker looking piece with people on it, statues, and another column right here, another monument. We got another angel structure in the background here. So why was this captured? Look at it. It's a lot of angel imagery to take in. A lot of angel statues, a lot of angels in paintings, a lot of angels in carvings above doorways. Yeah, I had to take a screenshot of that one. Wow. Yeah, the Tartarian community needs to get on board on that one because that's perfect. There's a painting on the wall in the Louvre that has mini paintings of all so-called Tartarian fallen angel structures. Yes, that one looked like, sorry. Yes, that did look like an expo. So again, the Louvre, more artwork. The artwork just all looks like it was done by the exact same person. The more you look at it, from different country to different country, from palace to palace, it's like, what the hell? It's the exact same artist, the exact same color palette and design and way of showcasing imagery. It's incredible. Okay, that's the Louvre. Is there the part 2? I think this is the part 2. Let me just skim through this video, make sure we're not missing anything, and then we're going to move on to our next castle, our next palace. I think we're going to go back to Italy. Yeah, I don't want to waste anyone's time. We're just going to skim through. We're looking at fallen angel artwork. I'm pretty sure there's a look. We can see, what is this, an Egyptian exhibit here? Wow. Wow. The ceiling work is remarkable. Quick tour through the Louvre. Unbelievable. This next room just looks wild. Let's get to this room here. So as you can see, as we're touring through these palaces, a lot of people are not looking up and they're missing the best part of the palace. Wow. So let's enter this next royal room now. As this guy's looking up and around and just in awe at the detail from top to bottom, floor to ceiling. As we look up at the ceiling, you can see the art piece there. Of course, it's fallen angels partying, mingling, hanging out with humans all over it. Immortalized in the palace, surrounded by the most serene gold designs that you could ever think of or witness. Wow. Wow. The golden trimmed columns, just everything is so ornate and purposeful. With all, look, how many little faces and angels with wings do you need in one part of this room? Like, this is just one corner. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in this one little piece of section here of the room. They needed 10 different faces of angels, and oh, just doesn't stop, does it? Pure gold, pure marble, pure limestone, granite, velvet, the finest of everything. And you can tell they didn't cheap out. And look at the size of these places. It's incomprehensible, to tell the truth. It really is. Unless you look at it through a biblical lens, then you can comprehend what we're looking at here. But once you do comprehend and know the truth, then the next part of the New World Order falls apart, right? Which is what they don't want getting out. But they can't fight prophecy, which means knowing this truth only means that the next phase of this tribulation is about to happen, right? And look at this dining room. Oh my goodness. Exactly. Where did any of this material come from? Who allowed them to mine? Like, how did they go about mining for marble and rounding the marble in the sizes that? How did they get all the marble to make all the columns? It's like they had unlimited amounts when they were creating these castles. Like, they didn't need to skim or substitute or sacrifice. They just said, we want gold, we want marble, it has to be pink, and they got it. It was there for the taking, or they just summoned it, right? Wow, look at this next area here of the dining room. Oh my goodness. Just the whole ceiling is pure gold. Only the angels could have created anything like this, thought anything like this up. Only the fallen angels. It's just too much. Okay, we need to get to another castle. Are we seeing any more angel statues? Of course, massive, all over the place. Okay, next castle is, or next palace is going to be, I need to take you guys to Chiesa. So we're in Rome, Italy, back again. There's the Piazza Venezia with fallen angel structure right in the middle of Rome. Has zero purpose. It's just a structure that's there to show dominance over humanity. There's no rooms, there's no bathrooms. It's just a solid piece of marble rock with angels carved on it. Here's another imagery. So we're in the Chiesa di San Ignacio de Loyola in Rome. And again, we see more fallen angel imagery on the ceilings, just like we've seen in the Vatican, in the Louvre, in the Palace of Versailles. We're going to see it in Vienna. We're going to see it everywhere. And it just goes on and on and on. And it's telling the exact same story. The story I've been trying to tell you that actually happened here on Earth. Genesis, there's Angel Castle, Castello Angelo in Rome. Everything's angels. Look at this. Rome. It's just madness, I tell you, madness. Okay, let's get inside. I want to see the artwork. We know Rome is full of just ornate statues and imagery and colosseums and buildings, but we want to go to the church, I believe, and check out. Here we go. So we're here. Just look at it. As you can see, it's a fallen angel structure, and inside every ceiling is decked out with fallen angel imagery showing the story that took place in Genesis when they came down and fell to earth on Mount Hermon. And their main mission was the women. Every piece of artwork is depicting angels coexisting with humanity. I've seen artwork showing women being taken, men being killed. We're going to have to get to all of these more angels on remarkable structures. Fallen angels, the reign of fallen angels. I know I keep saying it because no one else on earth is saying it, right? Everyone's screaming Tartaria, lost civilization, mud flood. No one, and I've been doing this for 6 years, and I can prove it on my Facebook. We can go and see all my fallen angel revealing posts, all the structures. I've known for almost a decade now that it's the fallen angels that reigned here. But I've had trouble trying to teach this and share this information because everyone's ignorant to it. So I've been patient and biding my time. And I says, I'm gonna prove to you guys, watch. You guys want to be ignorant and be blasphemous and not read your Bibles and push for a mud flood, a second flood, that a civilization as advanced as the Tartarians just got wiped out by mud. It's just the dumbest story I've ever heard. So why do you expect me to believe stupidness like that? But I'm stupid for going to the Holy Bible and taking God's word for it. And God's word said that these angels came to earth and ruled humanity. And every one of these structures that is decked out with thousands of angels has angel artwork showcasing the story of Genesis in the hardest places you could put it, knowing that no mere mortal man would be able to reach it to deface it for centuries or millennium to come. Absolutely mind blowing. You can see what it's depicting. It's not depicting anything else other than what Genesis is telling us. You can see how small they are in the middle because they're falling from heaven. And as they fall and get closer to the land, they get bigger and bigger. This looks like a 3D image inside on the ceiling of these palaces, these cathedrals, these churches, these whatever you want to call them. Just look at the colors. It looks so HD, so 4K, so surreal. It looks so like it's so confusing on the eyes because a lot of it does look 3D. Like this guy looks like he's popping out, but it's just the illusion because the ceiling is curved, right? So it's just what an effect that we're seeing and getting from the angels with their messages through time, showing us that Genesis actually did happen. Humans cannot paint like this in structures like this. Nothing about these structures and the artwork is human. Nothing. Fallen angels did it. They didn't use technology. They didn't have power tools. They didn't have ladders or scaffolding. They just had superior knowledge and obviously power that was able to locate the materials and summon these palaces. But look at what we're looking at. It's so weird to see this on the eyes. It's there and it's showing angels falling to heaven through and throughout. Angels in the corner here, everywhere. No other civilization is depicted as much as the fallen angels across this earth. No other civilization, not the Spanish, not the Romans, not the Greeks, not the Aztecs, not the Vikings, not the British. Nothing. It's the fallen angels. This is why I'm doing the world tour, because we're going to travel to every part of land on this earth, to every island, every city, every village. And we're going to point out the truth of our past. And we're going to expose and look and show everywhere. It's not hard to find. I've seen it already. It's the reign of fallen angels. I don't know. They didn't paint with a paintbrush. Like they didn't carve the rocks with chisels. Look at the angel right here. The artwork is the easy thing. This the stone and the actual buildings the artwork is in. That's the hardest thing to do. The artwork, that's nothing. That would have been the easiest thing for the angels to do. And that's why it's there. And that's why the story they chose to tell is on all the imagery, on all the ceilings. It's Genesis 6, when they fell from heaven. That is the most significant point in human and fallen angel history, is that moment when they committed the great sin to leave heaven and fall to earth. And they went all out with their decision to just mess up everything here. Look at the imagery on the ceiling. Angels, 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 they're falling down from heaven. What more do I have to show you? How many more palaces do I have to show you? Impossible artwork in the most impossible places at the most impossible heights, depicting Genesis 6. You cannot get any clearer and more proof than this. Look at all the imagery. It's Genesis 6. We finally can see and understand what happened in Genesis 6. And it's the reign of the fallen angels. I'm going to take you to Florence now. We're going to go to the Four Seasons. So this is, I'm guessing it used to be a palace, but it's not anymore. It's now a Four Seasons hotel. So you can actually stay here at this palace. Wait till you see some of the rooms in this place.
In the most beautiful hotel I've ever stayed in. Join me as I explore the hotel, check out.
So I don't want to get copywritten, but so we're in Florence now, Firenze. That's the Four Seasons. Welcome to Florence. So this is going to be another fallen angel structure. And all you have to do is take a walk inside to realize that the angels didn't just create massive, gigantic palaces for themselves. They created whole cities. And each city was mapped out purposefully through what the angel wanted and needed. So not only did they have their own palaces, every building leading up to their palace was created by them and was as beautiful and amazing just as the palace, but on a smaller version. And who would live there? The angel would go there and there would be restaurants and theaters, but they had servants that would come and do things. They had parliament, their leaders to rule over the rest of the masses in the land, right? So there was a hierarchy and there was an organization amongst the angels, the Canaanites, and the rest of humanity, right? So welcome to Hotel Firenze, Florence. No music. So here's the entrance, the lobby.
This is impressive. Let me show you to my room. This is padded walls. Oh, wow. Honestly, in this hotel, you need to.
So this is the hotel now, claimed by the Four Seasons. And you can see already it's another angel structure. It's got art on the ceiling. Like, this is amazing. Like, you can come and stay here
To
and
look
feel
up
and like
a
royalty
lot.
for the night.
Because you might miss things I don't feel like I'm in a hotel. I feel like I'm in a...
Sorry, listen to what he said again.
This is padded walls. Oh, wow. Honestly, in this hotel, you need to look up a lot because you might miss things. I don't feel like I'm in a hotel. I feel like I'm in a stately home or something.
So he says, he's like, you have to look up a lot because you might miss things. Yeah, you're going to miss the main attraction on the ceiling. And then he's like, I don't feel like I'm in a hotel. I feel like I'm in a state building, which means like a government palace, a White House. You know, he feels the vibes.
What is that? Lift up. I thought that'd be somewhere to put cushions. Okay, so I'll tell you the price at the end. They've upgraded me. It's quite nice when hotels do that. Let's see what we've got. Let's go in. There's not many rooms that I come into that definitely have the wow factor. I mean, you look up to that and you're...
So yeah, he's got Michelangelo artwork on the ceiling in his bedroom in the hotel in Florence, right? This is starting to get out of hand. When you see the artwork, so I see Morella left a comment, which type of paint they use, that it never faded out over centuries, over millennium. Like everything the angels used was the best, and it was meant to last throughout all weather and time, which is why they're still standing like fused pieces of stone after all these centuries and millennia. So now we're in a hotel room. This guy's spending a night in a hotel room that looks like fit for a fallen angel, right?
like, this is a hotel room, right? I mean, that...
See the angel wings there? All the artwork will always show the angels. So this is clearly angel artwork showing the story of what they did in their time here on earth, the great sin, right?
Glass chandelier is something else. I'm sure I've seen that in another hotel. What's incredible about this huge suite, it's split into two: bedroom stroke living room and bathroom. The bathroom is bigger than the bedroom. Let me show you around. Take a look at the lamp. It's marble. Is it gold?
What? A marble lamp with the... It's a mini column as the lamp post, right? I want one. All I've seen is these amazing columns, but yet we got a mini marble column with beautiful.
I mean, the artwork in here is very Italian. Really nice. I mean, just look at the beds. These reading lights are pretty cool. There's one there, the other side of the bed. Wow, look at that. That green emerald glass. That dims the lights. That close the curtains? No, I'll have to figure that out. Special key for the drawer. The bed isn't as big as I thought it would be. I think that's just maybe a super king. But look at these beautiful, elegant green footstools at the end of the bed. I think they're always recording you. Love the in-room dining.
There's the menu. Look.
Also, you can have breakfast in the room if you wish. Nice notepad and a pen. Look at that on the curtains. Check this out. Wow.
Look at the bathroom. So in his bathroom with the marble tub right in the middle of the floor of the room, and you look up, you got a chandelier above your head, and again, another art piece from the fallen angels showcasing their time here on earth and how they governed and ruled over humanity.
Again, look at the ceiling. Now, this is what you call a bathroom. And the bath, huge centerpiece in the middle of the floor, wrapped in marble. So someone could be in the bath, the other person could be in the shower, which is here. What's unusual is that the wardrobe is in the bathroom. Love these wardrobe doors, though. Oh, no. Look at this hallway with the chandeliers. Oh, is that a ballroom? Nice. Wow. They do love their chandeliers in here. I mean, look at the height of the ceiling. I apologize if I say wow a lot. But this is, although actually for a ballroom, it's quite small. Do these doors open up then? And do they open up? What's behind this door? Nothing. Misleading. Pedal.
There's another secret door.
Just look at the ceiling.
Yeah, look at the ceiling, showcasing angels everywhere.
Does it not open? Are they really advertising a cushion? So we could eat in here, actually.
Yeah, a fallen angel hotel repurposed, or a fallen angel palace repurposed as a hotel. So you can go and stay for the night in a room and feel like just unbelievable. Not only are there hotels that have been repurposed this way, there's a Four Seasons Madrid is also one of these fallen angel buildings, but not quite as exquisite on the inside as the Florence one in Firenze. But you can see from the outside, it's a fallen angel structure building, Four Seasons Madrid. So we're going to go to Vienna now. We're going to Central Cafe, Vienna. Central Cafe, Vienna. There's the video I watched. Central Cafe. Okay, where's the video? Cafe Vienna. Let me just put a tour. Sorry, I'm just trying to stay in London's richest hotel. The Louvre Cafe in Prague. Just give me 1 sec while I locate this. Okay, I'm just gonna click on one of these videos and see. So this is a cafe in Vienna, and of course it's in a fallen angel structure in the middle of the city. So we're not trying to watch this just to see food. So here's the outside of it. Very ancient fallen angel castle. And when you're inside, does anyone give a proper tour? I'm just trying to find the video I found earlier. You're going to see artwork again inside of Cafe Vienna that matches the artwork that we see in every palace worldwide. And again, it's angels dancing around. Why do we need to have angel art on every ceiling in every palace in every nation? And this is a cafe. You can come to this cafe, right, in Vienna. So we're no longer in Italy or France. We're in Austria now. And again, this looks like a room that we just saw in the Louvre, in Versailles, in the Italian palace, Caserta. Now we're in Vienna, and you can see the artwork's the same. Women, angels, humans and angels in these lavish, exquisite structures, also decked out in angels. Whether it's a hotel, a palace, a museum, a gallery, a cafe. Here's the outside of the cafe again. You can see Vienna, the exact same architecture, the exact same signature of the same hand and craftsmanship that created every other structure we've gone over and investigated. Yeah, the angels everywhere nonstop. And I'm going to keep saying angels. I'm going to keep pointing them out because we've lived here for decades, for centuries, for millennia. And somehow we have a veil over our eyes that no longer sees the angels everywhere. The world, these cities have put us under a spell that we just walk past them under their gaze every day without notice. So you arrive at Cafe Vienna, and it looks like, you know, a government palace, right? It looks like you're entering Buckingham Palace. It looks like you could be entering the Louvre, but nope, you're just going for coffee and some macarons. Again, outsides of these buildings. So remember, every city we walked around in the first show and the second one, we can see these buildings from the outside, but once you go in them, and you see the ornate, exquisite architecture and the decked out in gold and columns and angel statues, you're like, whoa. And the artwork, you're just like, how could this be? There's so much lavish materials used in these places, like there was enough of it to go around. Like nothing was spared anywhere in these places. Cafe Central. Who wants to go to Cafe Central in Vienna? Or let's go stay at Four Seasons in Florence and stay in that exact same room that guy stayed in. Holy cow, the bed under the artwork, the bathtub with the artwork there, just incredible. Here we go. Here's more visual. So we're entering the cafe. So look, you can see the angels on top of the doorways. We see that worldwide everywhere. You can see the columns. You can see the artwork in the ceiling. You can see that the artwork depicts angels mixing with humanity, more so women, because that's what they fell here for, was for women. And they'll never forget it. And they make sure that no one ever forgets it by leaving that imagery in artwork that can easily be read by looking at it. Any language can understand it. And the angels knew that. They knew that writing it wouldn't work. They knew that putting it in a book in English or German or Spanish, it wouldn't work. It had to be visual, and they found a way to do it. Look at the reflection of the ceiling in the table. So now we can look at the artwork. This is incredible stuff. Wow. Yeah, Sue, let's go. Let's go to Europe. Let's go somewhere. I'm going to find cafes like this in North America. You might not even have to travel too far. So we're going to explore the world together. I've obviously been staying away from the USA and Canada because I've explored that a lot. We know about all the 50 states. We know about all the state capitol buildings, the all fallen angel. We've gone over them many times, but we're going to go back, find some more buildings, find some more artwork to really blow this thing wide open. Yeah. Let's see more ornate designs in the ceiling and just one cafe. Okay, yeah, we've seen this artwork already, but just so you know, you don't have to just go to the palace to be, look, even the light fixtures, look at it. What are the light fixtures? The light fixtures are even fallen angels, right? Look at the little faces, the little round cheeks, the little button nose, the curly hair, and the wings, angel wings, right? Okay, so we're going to go to India now quickly. Goa or Boa? I think it's Goa Palace for sale. So you could actually, so not only can you stay in a hotel in one of these buildings, not only can you go for coffee in one of these angel structures and experience the art and the glitz and the glamour and the lavishness, you can even purchase one of these for yourself. So I'm going to show you where this one is. So this one's in India. Get ready for this, because like I'm taking you to a continent where angels are not part of the culture, right? So this is what I'm going to do. Take you to Africa, take you to Asia and India, and show you I found structures that prove that the fallen angels conquered this whole earth, and they reigned here, the reign of fallen angels. So welcome to Goa, India. So look, so this is from Ines Yilmazar. He's got 4.2 million subscribers. I've been watching Ines for years now. He's a real estate agent. So he travels to properties. I found he did a tour of a property in Florida that was a fallen angel mansion. I should show that to you, but we're gonna stick with Goa for now. So this week we're exploring Palacio Aguada, a truly unique property with rich history, exquisite architecture, and an unparalleled nature setting experience. So we're 100% in India now. So you'd expect to see lots of elephants, lots of snakes, lots of Vishnu, Krishna, Ganesh, Hanuman. Goa. Here's the property in India. And you can buy it. If you have $100 million, you could purchase this palace created by the fallen angels.
Dream. Own 5 lush acres with over 1,600 feet of pure ocean frontage in Goa, India. Exotic architecture with intricate masonry work. Exquisite guest quarters. Built on the site of a 400-year-old Portuguese fort with sprawling, temple-like outdoor spaces. We came here to film a home walkthrough, but the history and pedigree of this place, coupled with the passion of
Did you see that? Watch this.
guest quarters. Built on the site of a 400-year-old Portuguese fort with sprawling, temple-like outdoor spaces. We came here to film a home walkthrough, but the history and pedigree of this place.
Okay, so we're in India, in Goa. I don't mean to say anything bad about Ines, but I've watched thousands of videos exploring different parts of the world. And whenever I see something that needs to be pointed out, the people doing the tours never mention it. It's like someone told them, you can tour and show anything you want, but do not point out the fallen angels. Do not point them out. Do not even mention them. And I'm going to tell you right now, I watched this whole video already. He does not mention them. They are just shown here. He walks past them. They are ignored. I've watched this same mannerism in thousands of videos with women, with men, all doing pyramid hand signs as they're walking around these angel structures. And anytime there's a statue or a painting of an angel, they ignore it. We are in Goa, India. We see the exact same face we have just seen in France, in Italy, in Austria. This is not the face of an Indian. This is not how Indian people look. This is the face of that same fallen angel, round cheeks, button nose, eyes, curly hair. And there they are in gold with wings in a palace in India that none of you have ever heard of it, because they don't want you to know that India has palaces that have nothing to do with the culture that they push there. Nothing about this palace in India is Hindu. And there's 1 billion people in India, and they're all Hindus. And none of them probably know that this palace exists because it goes against their culture.
Coupled with the passion of the homeowners to bring it into the current day, deserves a documentary. The hospitality and amenities in this home exceed all expectations.
Whenever we have people come in, we always go to the entrance and receive them. And the minute they enter, I love looking at their eyes.
What we really love is taking something and creating something incredible, something really magical.
They just have this smile on their face all through the day because every place is new and everything is an experience.
We want you to walk the halls, step into the gardens, walk the grounds with us, and understand how special this place is.
Something and creating something incredible, something really magical.
They just have this smile on their face all through the day.
Oh, did you see the giant wing? Okay, we'll
Because
get to
every
it.
place is new and everything is an experience.
We want you to walk the halls, step into the gardens, walk the grounds with us.
Yeah, look at the grounds. Look at the statue. These aren't Indian cultured people that have been immortalized here in the palace. I see someone's like, when was this palace allegedly built? I think they show construction pictures. It's ridiculous, but it must have been in the 1900s, which is fake. This is a pre-flood construction because the angels were only here before the flood. So anything after the flood is like, who made it? It's not the angels. They couldn't have been here. Couldn't have been humans because we're too delicate to work like this with stone. That's not an Indian. These are fallen angel looking people, right? In
And
India.
understand how special this place is. A true one of one, unlike anything we've ever seen. This is Palatial Aquata.
Look at it. It's beautiful. And it doesn't fit where it is. But once you know the true history of the world, then you can understand, yeah, the fallen angels created everywhere. Yep, Heron Song says, makes me want to get 200 of my besties together and donate 500,000 each. Best commune ever. Yeah, this would be a great Crusaders of the Resistance headquarters. If we can come up with 100 million, we can have our very own Fallen Angel Palace. Palacio Aguada. Yeah, sorry, not trying to get copywritten with music. So let's get on the tour of this Indian palace that has just been hidden from the nation because of what it contains and who created it. And they can't really hide and make it look more like an Indian cultured creation, right? So they just leave it hidden and now trying to make 100 million off of it if you want to buy it.
The columns, the arches, the tiles, and the domes. The arrival to this place is like meditation before the journey begins.
Yeah, we don't need any sounds or music. We see the same architecture everywhere.
India to Palatial Aquata. What an incredible property. Its scale, architecture, history, and its grounds, we got a lot to cover today. Now we're currently on the motor court and you can see the house right behind me. It features the Mediterranean architecture with a Portuguese influence. And we're going to
Mediterranean
see a lot of
Portuguese
columns,
influence.
arch openings,
That's not good.
beautiful roof lines, and
Oh,
textures
gargoyles, same
throughout the
gargoyles
day.
in Ottawa.
And beyond that, the grounds of this property are quite spectacular. Every single moment, area, zone features so much greenery, just like this retaining wall here and the driveway design. How we have these stone columns, railings, and you can see all the palm trees, greenery. The nature provides so much intimacy, zenness, and privacy to this home. Now, going backwards for a second, I want to talk about the cover section of this motor court. You can see these oversized stone columns and arrival experience. And lastly, we have this arch opening where we have the front.
Oh, look at the front door to the palace. What is that? Can you see what the front door of this palace in Goa, India is depicting? Anyone want to have a go? What is the front door? It's a big giveaway. Like, that's it. Yeah. Angel wings. It's the wings of an angel, the same wings we've been looking at all day, every day. He's going to go push right through them right now to enter into a fallen angel palace. And no, he doesn't say that they're angel wings. I think he refers to them as eagle wings and has nothing to do with eagles, right? Those are angel wings. And I'm going to prove it to you that they're angel wings because wait till you see what's inside of this Palacio Aguada. Yeah, fallen angel wings.
Create a feeling, a tone for this property that is quite hard to explain. I mean, look at the frame that you're seeing right now.
Yeah, look at the statues. That doesn't look like, and look at this, the wall. These don't look like Indian faces. This is the same fallen angel face we've just seen all throughout Europe and all the biggest palaces we could find. We're in India now. This doesn't make sense. Indians would not create a palace and dedicate it to a whole other culture that they don't align with, right? So this is what I've been doing for the last 10 years, is trying to find and prove the flat earth, the great flood, and the reign of fallen angels. And I believe we are definitely in motion to be successful at doing this. Just depends who has the discernment to take in this information and see what is being shown, what is hidden worldwide.
The doors here lead you to the new addition of this property where we have some of the guest suites. And then to my left, we have a gorgeous piano complemented with a skylight above, bringing natural light. And then to my right, we have this elegant seating area with a marble top desk that is just gorgeous. The millwork is stunning. And between the chairs, fabrics, artifacts, all these accessories, I just love how they made every single moment, every single corner count. In fact, let me take you to the other side. Again, each space is curated with furnishings, accessories, and then you have a lot of the architectural details of the property incorporated to the interiors. The laterite stone that we've been seeing throughout is heavily used on the interior. These arch openings, triangular skylights, filling each one of the corners of this foyer with natural light. And I just love these openings with all the tile work. Now, in front of me, we have another stone sculpture, gorgeous light fixture above, and these groin vaulted ceilings with the masonry work, how the brick and the laterite comes together and creates this architectural feel within the interiors of this property is something to be admired.
Yeah,
now,
local
on the other
walls
side, we
covering
have
the
another
brick.
door here leading you to the
So yeah, haven't seen anything Indian or Hindu yet. I haven't seen no Ganesh. That definitely doesn't look like Narendra Modi or the Dalai Lama. These look like European fallen angel Canaanite people, the same faces and cultured, curly hair, bearded. They don't fit the nation that they're here in. Oh, look, okay, we're in another room.
in the center that must weigh tons, illuminating the space. The amount of natural light that comes in, laterite, marble, the eagle statue to my right, and how this grand staircase leads you down to the lower section, and then we have these arch openings leading you to different rooms. This is absolutely stunning. I mean, being up here on this landing, looking down to this space, is truly inspiring. Now, when you observe and analyze this space, you immediately recognize that there's a lot that's going on. The materials, architectural details, curation of furniture, accessories, sculptures, color palette, and the list goes on and on and on. And when you have this many layers within a given space, it can get overwhelming. It can get busy very, very quickly. And that's where the architect, the interior designer, and the homeowners here have done a phenomenal job enriching this space, providing this sensational experience without over-cluttering it and making it at this arch opening. The masonry work here, layers of brick, laterite, columns, all merging in.
Look at this. What's in that doorway there? Look at this. It's like straight out of ancient Egypt, right? Like, what the hell? This isn't a house in India? Come on, guys. Are you not seeing what I'm trying to tell you, what I've been trying to share with you for almost a decade now? This is what happened during the reign
connecting
of
to
fallen
each other
angels.
with mood lighting to create this gothic, strong feeling as you walk into the lounge. Then you have marble floors throughout that are book matched. And as you pass by, you see these small seating areas, access to the outdoors, and the groin ceiling here is just so rich and dense and just makes the space a lot more exciting. Now, welcome to the main seating area. Another dome ceiling here with a chandelier. And this is a really cool speakeasy bar. And the way it's designed is very moody, entertaining, and has this vintage feel to it. You can see the dark wallpaper, really cool ceiling design, and all these small seating areas, moments for you to enjoy. Just like this one with a TV to my left, crystal chandelier above with a brass frame, and then we have another seating area here. Pops of color with all these pillows, cathedral windows on the back, opening up to the views. You have your wall sconces, light fixtures, coffee tables. Again, the ambiance here is super cool. And of course, they brought the stone elements, columns into this space as well. Over here, we have a high top bar area. To my right, we have access to the powder room, your little cigar lounge. And I have to say, this wallpaper is really speaking to me. I think it adds up to the moodiness of the space. Now, into air-conditioned interior spaces. Now, follow me this way. We have more of these sculptural columns. I also really like these goat sculptures that are incorporated to the facade. And over here, we have another cover space with this barrel ceiling design that leads into the lounge. So it's a great moment for you to do. Staircase that takes you down to the lower level of the grounds, and a staircase here that takes you up. And we still have more to see. This area really nicely with the flooring, these bulky steel rails. And here they've also put two rustic benches, all these rustic columns, and they created this really meaningful, peaceful moment for you to just sit down, enjoy. In fact, let's take everybody to the edge. I mean, what a scene, huh?
Oh, it's pretty incredible. You know, between the amenities and all these curated moments throughout the property, there's just no shortage of beautiful moments to enjoy.
Without a doubt. I mean, being here, looking at the property, enjoying the grounds, I feel like all my senses are alive. I can feel my presence here. I can feel the moment so well. This is magic. This side of the home, but the main reason why I wanted to bring all of you here is this hallway.
So we just ignored the fallen angels right there. So we're going to go back. He's going to ignore the angels. You're not allowed to talk about the angels. Why did he not point out and talk about the angels? They're in gold. They're there on the wall for a reason. Why were they not significant enough to be spoken about? Let's rewind it back and run it back again. Okay, no music, please.
The old wing of this property. We have the double doors opening up from the foyer to this arrival lobby where we have marble floors, a lot of stone details, sculptures, artifacts, a small seating area, and I really like the dresser here that is fabric wrapped. Looks very chic. Now, I want to take everybody this way. We have additional double doors here because we're now transitioning to this hallway that is going to take us to a lot of guest suites, including the primary bedroom. We have marble floors, a lot of stone details. Again, they brought the same columns to the interior, and all the openings that we see here are...
Okay, watch on the right-hand side when he's walking down the hall. You're going to see probably the most amazing piece in the house, and it's going to be ignored.
Are actually just open, meaning there are not any windows, so the temperature you feel outside is the temperature you feel here. But I really like the way they're designed, how the stone is incorporated around the openings, and then you have these steel railings that are also brought into...
So he's more interested in the windows and the steel railing.
The interiors, it just adds up to the overall ambiance. Now, over here, we have a door that takes us to the bridge that connects to the motor court, so you have an easy access to this side.
Look what's right here. He's talking about the door that leads to the bridge, but look at what is here. This is an extravagant piece of work right here, and it's going to be ignored. I wonder why.
At the home, but the main reason why I wanted to bring all of you here is this hallway.
Okay, so the hallway is more important than the fallen angels. The big gold art piece right next to him, Jason Brain, he just ignored it. You stand perfectly with the angel wings on his back, right? Wow, says Sue Polito. Yep, not Indian at all. So what is a palace doing like this in India? It doesn't add up unless my theory and what I'm telling you, the reign of fallen angels in Genesis. This is my explanation.
Rural design theme here with the barrel ceiling, the masonry work, how they use the laterite as a chrome molding detail with mood lighting, and pairing that up with these openings, marble floors, this staircase. It really sets this mystical dream.
So does anyone else find that suspicious? I can find you hundreds of other videos, if not thousands, of other people doing the exact same thing. It's unbelievable. It means they're hiding something, especially if you're a Mason in the Brotherhood, right?
Tone as you take these steps.
Now you learn how the Masons and the Brotherhood keep the secret hidden, because whenever they put people in these mansions to do a tour, guess what? They belong to the Brotherhood, so they know what to keep secret, what to show, and that's how they've been keeping things secret for
to go down to the
centuries.
guest suites. Now, this is where this tour gets really interesting, because besides the guest suites, we have another.
What's that? That's an angel on the wall there, another light fixture. He's going to ignore it, not mention it.
Another room here that is quite unique.
Angel.
Welcome to the prayer room. Given that we're in India, it is appropriate to have a room like this with hand-painted walls, artifacts, and there's even a dedicated AC unit here.
It doesn't make sense. So there's a prayer room in this mansion dedicated to, I'm guessing, Hinduism, but the door leading up to this room had an angel on it.
Nicely blended into the wall design. And this is a room where you can pray, meditate, and get in that Zen mindset. And it is nice that they have.
Okay, I got another palace in India to show you. It's inside the world's largest. So again, the angels didn't miss. They didn't just stick to Europe. They conquered the whole world. And I'm finding all of their palaces in India, in Asia, in the islands, in Africa. They're everywhere. The world's largest private home. Here we go. Let's check this one out.
Hello, AD. I'm Radhika Raje Gaikwad, and I welcome you home.
So this is a Hydra. What we're seeing here is not a real woman. I don't know why I have to point this out, but we're going to have to watch the mannerisms of this person. They're an elite gender invert, right? An EGI. So as you see, this person is tall, is very skinny, is straight up and down.
Hello, AD.
As they walk, they're straight up and down, but they try to, like, the shoulders are wider than the hips. There is no hips. They're straight and down. There's no hips. Shoulders are wide. Head could fit on the shoulders 3 times. But as they come down the stairs, it's a big giveaway of the gait. And when they finally pause and pose, they twist the knee in to give the illusion of curvature. Watch again.
I'm Radhika Raje Gaikwad, and I welcome you home.
Sorry, no music. So we got another palace in India. This one is Lakshmi Vilas Palace. Let me just see what the you can just tell that's a male structure right there. So I see things that others don't see, and I know that's not a real woman. And of course it's not a real woman, because they have access to a palace that's created by a fallen angel. So obviously we're welcome. It's their family stunning residence, Lakshmi Vilas Palace in Vadodara, India. Still home to the Vadodara royal family. This magnificent palace holds the title of the largest private residence in the world, spanning 4 times the size of Buckingham Palace. Built over 11 years, from 1879 to 1890. Ridiculous. Don't believe that. So this 135-year-old palace beautifully blends influences from around the world, including Indian sandstone, Italian mosaics, Islamic lacquer ceilings, and Belgian chandeliers. In 1879, I'm pretty sure that the Italians needed their mosaics because they were doing their basilicas and on building their cities at the same time. So why would the Italians give their mosaics to people in India at that time frame? I'm pretty sure Italy needed all their limestone, all their sandstone, and all their mosaics. I'm pretty sure Islam needed all their stuff too. Belgian, like, it's like, what the hell? Lies. The history is a lie. So let's get into the palace and quickly see what's going on. You can already see it's incapable to have been created by human hands. They say, and it's 4 times bigger than Buckingham Palace. And this is in Vadodara, India. Been there? You've been to this palace? So someone in the chat saying they've been to this palace. I think that's what they're saying.
World. We have stained glass from Europe, we have chandeliers from England and Belgium, and mosaic from Italy, sculptures from around Europe.
Look, these don't look like Indian featured people. Look, this is the same sculptures you find in Rome, in Austria, Vienna, in France, in Italy. Look at this. Why is it here in the biggest palace in India? This palace is 4 times bigger than Buckingham Palace, and it's in India, and it has all the signature and authority and the markings of the fallen angel.
Europe. It's an amazing mix of countries and cultures coming together in this space. I've lived in Lakshmi Vilas Palace for 23 years now. And even though the home is over 135 years old, it's always been a home. We have these informal spaces within this very, very ornate and sometimes overwhelming spaces. We are able to carve our little pockets of quietude and family time. I'm flooded by memories of my children playing here with the dogs, me having a cup of coffee with my husband here on winter mornings when I first came married. And I remember in this very courtyard, I would sit down here on these stairs and music will trickle down from the window of my father-in-law's music studio. And I would just sit here and listen to that. So, all these spaces become home the more you live in them and more memories you accumulate. They no more remain just walls and carvings. We are now in the grandest and most important public space of the palace. It's called the Darbar Hall. This is where the Maharaja would host, greet, and attend to his subjects. And most recently, the space where Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, and the Spanish Premier met for bilateral talks. So it continues to remain relevant and important in state matters. This space just knocks the wind out of me every time I walk in here. From the mosaic flooring with its malachite, mother of pearl, to the mosaic with its gold leaf on the walls, which still glints when it catches light. The ceiling, which is Islamic, it's in.
So yeah, we see the extravagance of it. Oh, I see angels. There we go. Didn't take long. They're there. What does this have to do with Indian culture, and why is it in one of the biggest palaces in the world in India? So obviously it wasn't built by Indians for India. It was created by fallen angels for the reign of fallen angels.
By Felici. This is really a space which is meant to.
No culture is safe from the fallen angels. I rest my case. What more do I have to show you? That what I'm telling you and teaching you, I'm proving Bible prophecy by using the book of Genesis, by using chapter 6 in the book of Enoch. I've known these stories my whole life, and now I'm at an age, we have the tools and technology that we can actually look at the realm we live in, at the earth, at the land that's been here. Look at the structures on the land. Look at the signs. Look at the symbolism. Jesus said, learn to see the signs and symbolism. Be prepared, for the end days are near. This is India. I've shown you 2 palaces now in India. Today, I've shown you other palaces. I think yesterday and the day before, the Victoria Memorial in India, Calcutta, is a fallen angel palace. We just saw the house before this in Goa for sale for $100 million. So let's try and get a deal going and buy one of these palaces. We're now in the biggest palace in India in Vadodara, India. 4 times the size of Buckingham Palace. And here's the principality in India. Toronto Thrash says, this has been an excellent live stream documentary. It's the ultimate revealing. Obviously, there's so much more I can show you, but I'm trying to go as fast as I can in the limited time we all have, right? There's more palaces. We still got to go to the Austrian palace, more artwork. I've got the artwork of angels fornicating with women, taking the women. There's artwork depicting angels falling from heaven, taking women from their husbands and children, the kids crying and the dad being beaten. I've seen it in the palaces. And I'm just trying to get through everything so you can all see it, one thing at a time after a time. I'm hoping in today's live we've seen so much. We did a tour of the Palace of Versailles. We toured the Louvre. We did a tour of Caserta Palace in Italy. We've done quite a bit. So we've done the Ignacio Loyola in Rome. Let's quickly see it. Angel imagery, it's there. Where's the statue of Krishna? Why is it a giant fallen angel principality statue? We're witnessing and uncovering the world's best kept secret, the reign of fallen angels. Genesis really happened. From the moment Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden to the moment the flood came in the 600th year of Noah's life, everything happened. And it can be proven. The Garden of Eden's in the North Pole. We're not allowed to go there. The edge of the firmament is in the South Pole, in the Antarctic ice ring. We can't go there, right? So what can we do? We can be where we are now. What we're doing is the next best thing, is using the internet, is using people's POV cameras, their point of perspective, right? Their point of view. As they walk through these places, we'd have to pay thousands just to fly to and pay for accommodation and food and drink and get a ticket just to go there. It's exhausting, but we're doing it right now, and we can do it like a teleportation machine, like Peppers and Soul said the other day, just like a teleportation device. We're jumping from palace to palace in no time whatsoever. So this is the next best thing. We're not allowed to go to the North Pole to see Eden. We're not allowed to go to the Antarctic ice ring to get a feel of the firmament at the edge. So now I went all out and proved that yes, the flood happened. We're living in a post-flooded world, in post-flooded fallen angel created cities with fallen angel palaces everywhere, fallen angel cafes, fallen angel theaters, fallen angel statues, tapestries, signs and symbolism. You go into the biggest palaces you can find in Europe, and you look up 200 meters into the giant dome, and you're going to see Genesis 6. You're going to see the angels showing you that they fell. They drew the cartoon for you. It's not just a painting. It's showing you the story, and they put it in the most impossible place you could put a painting, that you could put a story. That's how important it is. And the story that they are showing is that, yes, they came from the heavens to rule over humanity and fornicate with human women. We have found and uncovered the biggest secret kept from humanity. Let's get back to this video quickly and end this live off. Angels in India. Look at this, what happens here.
As you can see, they are the blessings of the deities right here in this space. Another favorite of mine are these angels. As you can see, they are completely Indianized. They are in 9-yard saris, very
Indianized angels in saris with gold wings, crowns, blowing the trumpet. They love, and do you notice how she mentioned it? It's like, oh, I love these angels. You see?
Russian. And they have these beautiful crowns and
That's who they
earrings.
worship.
And they're blowing
Angels.
trumpets right at the entrance.
Don't block this video. I'm not trying to play your crappy elevator music. So another Indian palace that doesn't look like it belongs in India, that shows more angel symbolism and statues and imagery than anything. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. These people are all Canaanites, Sodomites. Look at this. What is this? Why is this an image on an Indian palace? Where's Krishna? Where's Ganesh? This is not Hinduism. This is Genesis 6. I promise you. I have worked on this like a fucking mad scientist, like a crazy nutter. Actually, not really. I'm pretty cool and calm. But I delved into this for years. My mind has just been on these buildings since I heard of Tartaria and realized the architectural inconsistencies with modern technology and old technology for the times they said they were made. I've been on this. What I've shown you now are fallen angels on every continent and the islands. And it's not going to stop. I have way more to show you. We've already gone for 3 hours now, so obviously you know I'm about to end this live stream. I'm probably going to show you one more palace, just so we can keep all the palaces in one place, right? The reign of fallen angels. You're not going to see this on TikTok. There is no TikToker talking about the reign of fallen angels here on earth. There is no famous, fancy, million subscriber count YouTuber talking about the reign of fallen angels. There are thousands of fucking Tartaria groups and people that are doing Tartaria research that are so blind to the fallen angels everywhere. I've seen all of these Tartarian explorers. They're going through their cities. They're looking at the buildings. They're pointing out the windows and the floor. They don't know, right? Not one person on earth has caught on to the fact of the reign of fallen angels. No one has connected Genesis with Tartaria and deleted Tartaria because Tartaria never happened. It's fake, right? Tartaria is bullshit. Genesis is not. Genesis is the only truth of our past, and it is written, God's word, in the holy book. And I can prove the word just by walking around all these cities worldwide, just by taking you for a tour in any of the palaces, not the government parliament, not the coffee house, not the local school or university. It's the palace, the most glamorous building of any nation is the royal palace. And what did we find in the royal effing palace is Genesis 6, immortalized in color print, visuals, like a movie, on the ceiling, in the sky, clear for any culture to see, any religion to understand, to see with your eyes and say, look, there is heaven in the sky and then there is earth. And every painting is showing the angels, winged humanoid male people coming from the clouds and intermingling, coexisting, killing, having sex with humans. And I've been telling you this for 6 years, since September 10th, 2000. It's the first time I told you about the reign of fallen angels, but I've been researching it 4 years before that, trying to understand Tartaria, trying to just realize the truth, and we're finally here. Hold on, one more palace to go through, maybe two. We'll probably end off with the Vatican. Where are we? We're going to Austria to, where are you? Again, Caserta, just amazing. That Italian palace was absolutely insane. So let's go on a tour inside another palace now. You guys are being treated today to like 5 different palaces. 6 minutes. We want to quickly get into this palace. Take a look inside Vienna, Schaumburg. So this is Schönbrunn Palace. Let's quickly see what's going on here. Another magnificent structure in a different nation. So this is Schönbrunn Castle or Palace Grand Tour. In this video, you're going to see the exact same thing that we've seen in all the other palaces. The same artwork, the same color palette, the same design, the same strokes, the same depiction of fallen angels in the clouds coming down and making trouble with humanity. This is in Austria, Vienna's palace now. And it's the same story being told on every ceiling in the most lavish way possible. The angels found the most lavish way possible to make sure that the story that took place never got forgotten. But yet here we are in a world with over 8 billion people, and we here at Crusaders of the Resistance are the only representation of the truth in this world. It's like, what, 50 of us out of 8 billion? Whoa, Satan is winning this war. Another imagery, more angels coming from the sky, falling from heaven. Don't forget it, it really happened. More artwork. Let's just skim through the palace because all my stuff's dying now and it's going to start acting all weird. More images of the palace, in the palace, just so mind-boggling that this could be done. So you're in the palace and you have paintings of within the palace on the wall in the palace. Incredible stuff. What narcissistic demon children of the heavens that did fall to this earth and corrupt it. The finest woods, the finest materials. Schönbrunn Palace, Austria. We've seen the French palaces. We've seen the Italian palaces. We're looking at the Austrian palace now. I don't even have time to show you the other palaces in Sweden, in Spain, in Denmark, in Germany. There's palaces everywhere. I've shown you the Indian ones. They all tie in with the reign of the fallen angels. Let's get to some. There we go. Let's get to this great hall here. What are the... Don't need music. So look, try and quickly see what you see in all the images. So now, after seeing 3 or 4 palaces, you should know now what the image is going to show. So remember, this is the most important hall in the palace, on the ceiling of it. So you're going to want to put something memorable, something significant, and something very important to you that you would want it to live on through your palace, through the ages. And what is the image that they chose? Yes, it's them falling to heaven and corrupting humanity. We're in Austria. This is a complete different palace. This isn't the Vatican Sistine Chapel. This is not the Louvre. This is not Versailles. This is not Boa. This is not the cafe in Vienna. This is not the hotel in Florence. Again, this looks just like the Hall of Mirrors in the Louvre, right? Or the Palace of Versailles. It's the exact same design by the same people that created it. The same people, look at the same imagery. There's the caduceus, the staff of Mercury, with the snakes entwined as he's coming down. Messenger of God, right? Look, the hair, trying to bring knowledge to humanity that we never needed. Yeah, we need to grow this resistance. We cannot beg people to wake up to see the truth. We cannot beg people to want to love God and go to heaven after we die in Judgment Day. That's for them. All we could do is do what we're doing, and it's on them. If they want to seek the truth, they will find it. Like any of us that sought out the truth, we came to find it. Obviously, the truth is there. We're all out here screaming it, making live after live, hours and hours and hours at a time. But if they don't want to find it, they won't find it. If you want to find it, you'll find it. If you want to wake up your loved ones, your friends, your family, you'll share it. You'll try and sit with them and say, look, we need to go over something. Like, make fun of this. Say, look, let's get some snacks. Let's make some drinks. Let's get our comfy clothes on, or fancy clothes, whatever you want to do. Get comfy, get some people over and say, let's go on these tours. You don't have to watch my live. You can watch directly, just search any palace and go find the tours, and you can make a date out of it, or make an event or an activity. And as you're watching it, you could be like, wait, let's pause it. Why is there so many angels? You don't have to just hit them with the hard truth. Like, oh my God, you got to see the rain of fallen angels. Like, that's my job. That's what I do. So, but there's other ways, that you could approach the people you care about if you understand and see this truth, and just make a fun few hours out of it, make some snacks, get some sandwiches and some popcorn, and say, hey, let's check out Europe. Let's check out these palaces. They got tours in 4K. Like, it's the next best thing than actually being there. And then pause it. Say, like, wow, look at this gold work. It's like, wow, look at the artwork on the ceiling. Try and create a discussion and be like, what do you think this is trying to show and say? You're like, why are there angels on it? Angels aren't real. That's like a biblical fantasy mythological creature. No, why is it here in the palace? Why did they put, fantasy cartoons on the ceilings of their most adored structures? It's not fantasy. It's not a cartoon. This is what happened. This is the reason why this castle, this palace is there in the first place, is because of what happened. And they're trying to show you and tell you in the images. Trust me, my mind was blown. When I finally saw these images and paused it and looked at it, I was screaming. I was like, I found it. I found it. That they told us. They put it there. Where people are too busy looking for ancient textbooks and scrolls and carvings and hieroglyphics and tombs. Bro, go to the palace and look up. That's it. Go to the biggest palace of the nation and look up at the ceiling, and you'll see the truth that has been hidden from us since the beginning, since the Great Flood. Caesar, good to see you. Christ is King. Jesus loves us. We have to choose Jesus so we can spend eternity with him in heaven. I'm having people over on Mom's Day, and I will show them. Yeah, make fun of it. Make some champagne, have some tea, make some croissants and macaroons. It's a good way to bond with people, make something exciting out of this, and go for a tour in a palace from the comfort of your own homes. Discuss amongst yourselves without the rush and hustle and bustle of actually being there and being in lineups, and the the noise of other people and strangers being around you. Exquisite. Just adorned with the most lavish, look at this, a black and gold room. It's just so wow. Yeah, we all got to do our part, and our part doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be a miserable time. It doesn't have to be something you're nervous about doing. You can make the truth fun. The truth is beautiful. There's nothing to be fearful of the truth. Just because you understand and know the truth, don't be scared to share it with someone thinking that they're going to alienate you or socially outcast you because you think different. There's nothing wrong with being different, being unique, thinking different, believing something different than what the masses, what the popular kids are believing or what's being pushed. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, but I don't see that. I don't believe that these Romans or French went on boat with marble and limestone to go build in the Caribbean. I don't want to believe that because that doesn't make sense. It sounds exhausting, especially without power tools and steam trains and planes. It's like, yeah, that sounds like a lot of work that would obviously never get completed and everyone would die trying. It's okay to question things. It's okay to question authority. They're not your authority. Who's to say they are the authority? Who's to say that you are not the authority? I know I'm the authority. I have authority, but over what? Over who? Authority over myself, authority over this world, over government, over demons, over fallen angels. We have authority, but authority over who? People don't understand who you are, what you are, your purpose, where we came from, what we're doing, and where we're going. No one has that understanding. And after watching the whole world and just people watching from city to city to city to city to town to town to town to town to village, back to city, another continent, people don't know and they're not going to know unless someone like myself or any one of you here steps up and starts putting out this information, starts showing these tours, starts analyzing every bit of artwork in these magnificent palaces, right? They're magnificent for a reason. They can't be recreated for a reason. So we know that they were put there by something of serious power at the time, and that they're trying to tell you and show you who and what it was. And all I have seen is angels with wings and curly hair all over the place, from India to Africa to North America to Europe, Caribbean, South America, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, China, Indonesia, Malaysia. The reign of fallen angels happened. Like, now's the time to step up for humanity. You can honestly become a living legend by stepping up and challenging the biggest power that ever ruled on this earth and is still somehow ruling from behind the veil. The fallen angels reigned before the flood, and their reign still continued after the flood, but through spiritual means, through humans doing rituals and bowing to them like the Ham did, right? I cannot do this alone. I cannot take on the sons of God, the fallen angels, by myself. I cannot expose them by myself. And to be one of the first, like, if any of you have known me, I've been the first of many things when it comes to this fight. and proving Bible prophecy, the first to stand up against the mandates and the the scamdemic, one of the first to stand up against the drag queens and the curriculum here in Canada, went nationwide. People didn't like it and were criticizing, and then those same people started to copy and do the same thing. It's okay to be first. It's okay to be criticized. People will eventually snap out of it and follow, whether they acknowledge you or give you credit or talk shit and try to steal it. It's going to get out there. And trust me, it's going to start getting out there. It's going to start popping up on TikTok because Masons are watching this. The elites are watching this. The synagogue of Satan is watching this, and they are shitting their pants. They're like, holy shit, our biggest fear is now happening. One of the bloodlines has reactivated. A messianic bloodline is reactivated, and they are sharing the truth. They have seen the everything. They're going to blow this everything wide open. That's what I'm here to do. I've torn through this spell, this hypnosis, this fake veil that's been covering us since we were born, going through the school system, post-secondary, in the workforce, then news and politics and family and friends. It's absolutely ridiculous. Free yourself. Comments. Let me go through the comments as we end off this video. Okay, let's go to the Vatican again quickly. I just want to see the Sistine Chapel. What is this? How long is that? 47 minutes. Let's go check out a video. Check the artwork in the Vatican again. So let's finish off with this. I know what I have. I do not feel embarrassed. I do not feel silly. I feel like a huge weight is off my shoulders. I feel like I can feel and taste every breath now again. It's like amazing to be alive, knowing truth like this. Quite a big secret to have been hidden as long as it has, with all the evidence as clear as day all around us, that a world, generation after generation, could have been misled away from the truth and filled with all kinds of nonsense about space and evolution and dinosaurs, like anything but what happened. Servant Steward says, hello, I just caught the stream. I will definitely hit the replay when the live is over. Thank you for finding and joining, Servant Steward. You've just reached the end of the live. Palace after palace, angel artwork after angel artwork, all looks like it was done by Michelangelo, but it wasn't. Just look at the artwork, what it's showing. Sorry, it's just so much. It's all there. So we're going to have to come back. It's so much to go over. It's so mind-blowing. Right? Let me see. Can I just go back to this one image before he was speaking? Just madness. Story is here being told. So we're going to have to come back and honestly go over every piece of the Sistine Chapel. So what we did today was just a tour. I want to keep it as human-like as possible, like we're actually doing it. So instead of just going to Google and slapping in, I need pictures of, and getting HD images of the Sistine Chapel and showing it to you in HD is not the same as like getting that first person's perspective and actually walking through the Vatican and actually getting a feel of the sounds and your surroundings until you like look up and be like, whoa, that's where it is. Now we've seen that and got that effect and that feeling. Now I can just get, images or postcard images of what's painted, and we can analyze it and put the story of Genesis together, how it was meant to be shown and seen by us, to understand and realize that, yes, this really did happen, even though the elites today so desperately want to hide that. what a great life. So another 3.5 hours. I appreciate you all. Quantum Warriors is here, says thank you for doing this live stream. It was very informative and detailed. I learned a lot. So this is my second time watching your videos. Job well done. God bless you, man. Thank you for being here and leaving such kind words. Everyone can see and appreciate and hopefully agree with you. It's been great. I'm high off of what we've just gone through now. It's been quite an experience, and I love you all. If you've been watching and listening to this, just remember, you are the resistance.